Boom! Hi YouTube, it's me, Cream Samir. It's them, Seekers Galante. It's this, Second Wake. Episode 26, Year 2, or Episode 78. I would say that I did that all in my brain, but I actually did that on the pre-roll, and if you don't know what the pre-roll is, you should be watching us live on Twitch, Monday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What are you doing? You're just making dinner with your kids anyway. Your kids can tell you about their day tomorrow after they have another day. This day was never more important. Alright, great. Good that we talked about that. So when we last left our heroes, which is how we know D&D has started, they had more or less shored up a number of projects, city planning projects, for their new village, known as Grim Village, still on the map. And of course, with that as well, they had adjusted to leave a number of important key figures in place to watch over the village, begin the construction of a stable, set in motion a number of deals and contracts that would see that the village will be protected for the days to come, a little bit of entrepreneurialness, and just a little dash of nepotism, as a certain moonshine company got the exclusive rights to deal within Grim Village. Just a little hint of nepotism in there, but it's good moonshine, so, you know, if it is the best product, then that just works out for everybody. With that being said, the group set off after convening and deciding on a number of things, sending off their newly hired individual to go and scout the northern parts of the world, follow up on a lead that they were a little too busy to handle themselves, realizing that the Barzulan colony to the north was just a bit too obtuse to make the stringent timetable that they are attempting to make for a tournament far to the east that Orville has quite the interest in. Setting their sights instead for the Bonebreaker step, and of course for the various mountain ranges that lead and carve their way up to the Sunken Gardens and Thule. The party now is a day deposed of Grim Village, clearing out much of the open, kind of cleared and already timbered up forest of the Hollow Woods. They are now within sight as they awake for day 2 of their journey, and a 2.5-day journey, at the very much base of the Bonebreaker's Leap, a collection of small ruinous mountain ranges and heavy, almost cold chill that still clings to the air. Many in the party have learned through memory or small bits of research, or their ethereal ways to learn things, that Bonebreaker's Leap is a treacherous and perilous thing that many people often avoid, but it is the quickest route to Thule, and often a journey worth making for those who are strong enough to do so. The air is thin, but spirits are often high as the journey begins. Seekers Galante, you wake up after a long rest. You may update your character sheets accordingly. It is with the assumption that a tent was made, which I know everyone can do as a ritual. The beetle goes away at the end of the day. Obviously, you have your cart still with you. How you're pulling the cart for day 2 is completely up to who? You. Thank you so much. But you do wake after a long rest, and the day is yours to decide what to do or to continue on your journey.
We want to use the bear?
I'm happy to use the bear.
The bear gonna keep me warm? It's cold up here.
No, that's what you got. That's what you got Jones for.
Yeah, come here.
Jones is cold.
Jones, you're cold-blooded.
That's true. Yeah, you're screwed.
Oh,
I
no.
do have a warm coat though, so but it's for me.
What happened to your winter clothes, Orville, that we bought last time we came up here?
I think the wagon. Did I just forget him? Am I being cold for no reason?
You
Probably.
Orville's gonna go
wagon.
rifle through the wagon.
I was to say, yeah, in the wagon you look, and in your pack that Bartholomew went through and made sure everyone's things were packed, as you guys were busy running the village, you see a nice, small, freshly pressed and cleaned bundle that contains a winter outfit exclusively for you, with a large woolen cape that you had already ordered the last time you were in Grim Village. Meanwhile, you're in like short shorts, I would assume.
Yeah. The only thing that matters is the bee shoes that Buzz went around.
That's true. That's true.
I feel like Orville's got cargo pants on for sure. Cargo shorts.
Oh, cargo shorts, the John Cena pants. I feel like those are bags of holding in D&D. You can fit so many things in cargo shorts. They're so useful.
Handy haversack.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yes, you can redress as you feel the breeze waft off of the Bone Breaker's Leap and the beginnings of this kind of small, scattered mountain range as it begins to elevate up and over. Celeste, you said you are summoning the bear. All right, this is your first time summoning
Yes,
the bear,
please.
isn't it?
Yes.
Oh. You call forward onto this this bear. Let me see here. I believe I have it listed. Did I give you the summoning word or no?
No.
Oh geez. Okay, let me see here. Bum, 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 bum. The bear's name is Aloysius, so you have to call out to its name for it to be summoned.
Aloysius?
Aloysius.
Aloysius.
Mhm.
Okay. Is that like on the little plaque or something?
It is when you look at the item to find out what it does, it'll tell you its name, and all those obsidian animals you have to call their name out for them to be summoned.
Okay. Just gonna put the little statue down. Alright, everybody back up.
Back up.
Back up. He is fierce, I know it. Okay, Aloysius, we pick you. Come on, buddy.
I feel like we pick you. I should feel like a Pokemon music plays.
Don't do this. Don't no.
The-
Unless you're gonna sing the song, man.
I'm not- Pokemon-
Nintendo is the joke.
Yeah. They'll sue. They'll sue. That's all we can do. So yeah, you call out to Aloysius. You see the small obsidian statue. There's kind of like golden make to it. I shouldn't say obsidian. It's a little gold statue. Begins to shake and rumble, and the effigy of a bear begins to kind of wash over. You see this pulse of energy erupt out from the statuette itself and melt away and slowly grow and grow and grow still. You see a fully formed bear land. It's about the size of like a large grizzly. Its fur bright and clad in gold. Around its neck, you see this kind of strange looking white cloth collar, almost like a pagan collar might have, like a frontier village, and a long kind of stovetop hat upon its head. And the bear rolls back onto its hindquarters and its ass and sits there and begins to scratch its stomach and looks over at you with its dapper little hat and small collar on.
Why are you so cute? Okay. Do you understand me?
It nods.
Okay, that's good. That's good. We were just wondering if you would be able to help us up the mountain that way. And maybe you could pull us in this wagon. Please, sir.
The bear looks to the wagon. Bear looks to all of you. It looks back. Rolls over onto all four, slowly shakes and wiggles and backs itself all the way up. And slowly you see it actually stand on its two hind legs and kind of like do that big bear chest thing that all bears do, and slowly buckles itself into the wagon and slowly adjusts the harness, looks around and sits back down on all fours. It grumbles for a moment. It stomps its feet twice as people are still standing outside of the cart and looks back at the cart and points at it with one claw.
Wow. Smarter than the average bear.
Boo.
Gonna tee that up.
I'll get in the cart.
Climb into the
I'll stop my pee early and I'll get in.
cart. Just a small pedal. But yeah, everyone climbs into the cart and you guys set off on your way. Aloysius seems to be a consummate professional, often avoiding larger rocks and doesn't really need to be guided. Every time Bartholomew attempts to be like, oh, maybe you want to go a little bit, you hear this large kind of resounding just, right, never mind. Nope, you've got that. Good job, sir. You're doing well. And every so often you'll see like a puddle that it goes wide of, and it doesn't seem to want to dirty its claws all that much. Its kind of golden fur seems to shine in the light of the day and in the early morning. As the morning comes to a head, I'm going to slowly set this up here. Maybe. See here. Why won't this play? There we go. Slowly people will be able to hear. Okay, cool. Hopefully that's not too aggressive. I'm going to set that down a little bit further. Okay, cool. Traveling music. You all begin in the early morning. You begin to hear kind of like a small bit of an echo that emanates out as the sun rises up over the horizon. You can hear the hello, hello, and glorious day. Do it, die. It's in the morning. And you can hear the small choppy bit of booming broadcast coming from MMLR 660. It seems to cut in and out, and the closer you get to Bonebreaker's Leap and the connecting myriad of mountain ranges, the less and less you hear. Within about an hour or so, you can no longer even hear the small chatter, seeming that the disruption of the mountain range itself seems to cut across much of the broadcasting ability. You all reach the base of the mountain ranges. The road itself falls away into a very narrow crevasse by which Aloysius takes expert care in ensuring that each step claws are dug into the earth and it kind of pulls the cart more than it does walk or glide by its own volition. As you all reach the base of the mountain, you can see a number of small flags planted. A number of parties that have returned from the long and arduous trek through Bonebreaker's Leap. For many of you, I need... Actually, we don't need checks. F this. Friggin', why would we make checks? It's a non-relevant check. It's just for information. Yeah, we don't need to make checks on this channel. You guys look it over, and you can see there are a number of crests, both befitting the northern, southern, and even close enough to Ravon, sigils of state. So you see the Dwarven sigil of state from Orsketh. You see a Valtoran sigil of state on one of the flags. You see a number of Ravon sigils, and it seems to be a kind of a rite of passage to leave a city sigil or a country sigil or small marking stating that you've gone here and you've kind of gone through. Looking it over, you do see there is a small collection of wooden stakes in the earth with small bits of wrapped cloth denoting Deaterwood itself, and a number of small companies of others Weavers Chosen that have marked themselves as travelers across Bonebreaker's Leap. If you guys would like to do so yourselves, you may. Otherwise, Aloysius will continue onward.
Suppose we should mark that we've passed?
Be a good idea. Do we have anything in particular that shows us?
You do have your old badges from the Lady Galante's house, or house crest. Each of you have one.
You are correct. JJ will leave hers.
Easy enough to do. You pull the bear off to the side of the road, find one of the discarded bits of lumber and timber that have likely held walking sticks or assisted people in their journey throughout years past. You dust it off, wipe some of the grass stains free of it, and plant it firmly into the earth. You tie off the Lady Galante's house seal and sigil, and kind of leave it tied to this walking cane. In doing so, you feel a reverberation echo out from the bit of walking stick itself. There is a feeling in the earth, almost as if there is an unnatural presence or a true bonding with nature that seems to emanate from the mountain itself. There's a cold kind of gust of northern winds that come across you and much of the party as well. In doing this, it almost seems as if you have appeased some ancient spirit that still resides over the mountain range. With that, each player may please roll a wisdom saving throw.
Is this anything protection from good and evil? Would?
This is not... Oh, maybe, actually, yeah. It probably would be. Let me double check good protection.
This would only matter if it's charmed or frightened.
It's not charmed or frightened.
Because I don't think I'd get advantage.
Let's see here. Creatures of these types. Aberrations, Celestials, Elementals, Fey, Fiends, and Undead. Okay, check one. Protection grants benefits. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls, not an attack roll. Can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed. Nope. If the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed by such a creature, the target has advantage on any saving throw. Nope. Not trying to do any of the malicious things to you.
Just checking.
Celeste, what do we get for your wisdom save?
15.
15. You feel a warmth of this, like as this northern wind blows across you. Eventually, it's cool. You can feel the heat of the sun seems less drastic. There is a warmth that is now within you rather than on your back, and it is a strange sensation. We'll get to more on that in a minute. Bubble Jones, what did we get?
10.
10. You feel a cold breeze from the north, brother. Doesn't seem anything weird. You notice everyone kind of like getting goosebumps and shaking a little bit and getting these weird feelings, but for whatever reason, you just wind. You've been in the north before, you know how it is.
Yeah, I got the icicle
Okay.
boogers.
You got the old like, it's not New York, but it's all right kind of feeling to it. Morgan, what do we have?
17.
17. Same thing as before. The heat of the day that bakes down on your neck and back feels as if it is instead embodied within you, and you carry this warmth within your soul. Orville.
A 14.
14. You feel the cold wind chill and kind of pull across you, but again, much like Cobble Jones, your traveling companion here, you feel as if there's something in the air for sure. You feel it a bit more aptly than Cobble Jones does. However, there is something otherworldly that you kind of shrug off and shake away from. JJ, what do we get?
13.
You said 13?
Yes.
The wind is cold and harsh, and you're not understanding what this shaking feeling is in the earth, this vibration about it. Velithil.
8.
8. Same thing as the most of the group at this point. You feel a weird chill moving through you, but there's just the wind for the most part, and something eerie about this mountain range as you approach it. For Celeste and Morgan, both players who got above a 15, you feel this internal warmth, this feeling that an otherworldly presence or some natural force that has taken residence in Bonebreaker's Leap seeks to protect travelers who have followed a proper and ancient ritual of the mountain range itself. You both are blessed by Bonebreaker's Leap. You have advantage for the next 24 hours on all of your survival checks and constitution saving throws to avoid the elements.
Awesome, thank you.
With that, JJ, you return to the cart. Celeste and Morgan have this kind of like uneasy feeling, but you note that each of them kind of slowly unclasps the small buttons on their gloves, kind of opens their fingers up to the cold winds, but it doesn't seem to bother them as much anymore, and there seems to be this kind of almost maybe don't need these heavy coats as much for the two of them. As many of you are kind of like, yep, yeah, got a button up and big jacket, and put on a blanket. Good to travel like this. I'm going to put a face mask on.
Must be fucking nice to be warm blooded.
I mean, I've got a little extra fur on some bits in my hands and whatever. I'm still cold.
For
It
that,
feels really nice up here.
for the folks playing at home, Bartholomew is wearing two jackets, and Charles has climbed into Bartholomew's jackets, and now Bartholomew looks like he has a big lump in his throat because there's a heavy Charles in full armor sat underneath the front part of his coat. The two of them are not blessed by Bonebreaker sleep. So yes, with that, you all set off on your journey. For the most part, other than the harsh winds and thinning air with each step as the elevation grinds and grows higher and higher still, there is peacefulness to this, a serenity, a feeling that truly you are seeing the world in a way in which many of you have likely never seen it before. The earth around you falls and uneasy cracks and breaks along the earth itself. No longer are paved roads in your way, but only a trail that leads further up the mountain. As you all continue your ascent towards one of the many peaks along this long range from Bonebreaker's Leap, there is a calming sensation to it. There is a peace in the air. There is a chill in the back of your body itself. However, there is serenity to be found here as well. I need each of you to make me an intelligence saving throw. We will start from the top down this time. Belithil, what do we get?
17.
17. You feel relaxed. There's peace in here. The only real sounds echoing are the wheels of your cart as it continues to tear across this unpaved road. But the chirping of birds has gone quiet. The winds themselves seem to sing a harmony. And otherwise, the rest of the world and what other problems of modern culture you might have encountered recently, the weight of bureaucracy falls away. If you are missing a point of sanity, you regain one. If you are not missing a point of sanity, you instead will gain a small benefit. If you're at full sanity already, let me know.
I am.
All right, we will follow up with that coming soon. JJ, what do we get for your intel?
Another 13.
13. It's beautiful, it's nice, but as you continue to tuck your ears into a hat, you start to feel the cold chill already creeping up your back. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw. You have advantage if you're wearing winter clothes.
You said con save?
Constitution saving throw.
16, please.
16. You feel the cold creeping in, and it's time to kind of shake a little bit in the cart, make sure your blood is pumping, flexate your fingers and toes, and make sure everything goes well. You stave off the harshness of the cold to come. Orville, intelligence saving throw. What do we get?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You feel, again, peace, and this calming effect washes over you as you continue to ascend. Each step of Aloysius continuing to embolden your journey and realize that the stories of danger and peril across this place are likely a bit overhyped. You gain a point of sanity. If you are at max sanity, please let me know.
I am not at max sanity. I can happily add that point.
You gain a point of sanity. With that, Morgan, what do we get?
18.
18. You as well. Regain a point of sanity. If you are at max sanity, let me know.
I am not.
You're not? Okay. You gain a point of sanity back from the peaceful serenity as the rest of the world falls away around you. Bubble Jones, what do we got?
Thanks to Celeste, I got an 18.
18, let's go! With an 18, you feel zen. Not since your time under the mountain have you truly felt this level of peace and kind of like calmingness. Even for someone such as yourself, who was raised in a dwarven city and capital, the kind of hammering of armor and ringing out of metal being the ways you went to sleep, there was something to be said about the absence of noise itself. And very much you feel at home and at peace. You regain a point of sanity. If you're at max sanity, please let me know.
I'm at max.
Yeah, we got 2 people. There we go. Celeste, what do we have for your intelligence saving throw?
16.
16. Much in the way of many of your friends, you regain a point of sanity. If you're at max sanity, please let me know.
I am.
You are. So, for the 3 folks here who are at max sanity and gain this kind of small boon, as it were, you gain a bit of stillness of mind. You feel your anxiety begin to soften. You feel your jaw unclench. You feel relaxed. And as the cold breezes of the peaks of these mountains wash over each of the 3 of you, you feel as if your minds have never truly been clearer than in this moment. You feel almost the depths, the very feelings of the world itself, and the weight and tasks and goals of which you have been very much tasked with fall away, and you feel definitely a sense of profound peace. Each of you may add 1 point of sanity above your cap. It is a temporary point of sanity as you discover this. It'll be the first thing. So effectively you ignore the first time you would take sanity damage while under this effect. All right. The journey continues. Some of you colder than others. For the purposes of playing along, the NPCs will roll. Both of them begin to shiver and shake. Bartholomew especially seems rather unaccustomed to the cold. And you begin to hear teeth chattering from Bartholomew Iridan as he's like, "Oh, it's very cold." Okay, Charles, you can burrow under my chest. There'll be warmth in there.
I'll pull some of the hay out of my underneath my coat, and I'll give it to him to put inside of his coat.
Immediately starts like stuffing it like a strawman. Thank you, Mr. Jones.
If you'd like, I know a trick I figured out when I got buried in snow last time we were around these parts.
Yeah, okay, trick, yeah. What do we got?
I'll cast Prestidigitation 3 times to warmth his under jacket, his boots, and his pants.
He goes, oh goodness, okay. He'll take a second crack at that saving throw before suffering exhaustion. And well enough. You feel steam rising off. He goes, oh, that's good. That's good. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh. And slowly the chittering teeth stops. You all continue your journey, the wind whipping. Several hours pass as your bear companion begins to pull further and further up Bonebreaker's Leap. You begin to reach a point now where the altitude is so high that you are beginning to feel your nose, any type of moisture leaving the front of your nose, especially Kobold Jones with the kind of protruding snout. You can feel bits of ice forming on just the edges of your nostrils, and you can very much feel that anything that is surviving up here is likely accustomed to very harsh climates. You can hear a number of small echoes emanating out from the mountains, small bits of stone moving and crushing about. Birds finally returning, but likely those more adjusted for the altitude. I need one person to please roll me a d12, if you'd be so kind. And I need another person to roll me a d100. Dealer's choice.
I'll do the 100.
Do the 100.
I'll do the 12.
Hit me with the 12 first, please.
That's a 9, please.
It's a 9, okay. And percentile?
That's a 6.
Like 0, 6?
006.
Okay, cool. All right, let me double check. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Dope. So, with that, you all begin to travel further and further still. Over the next half hour, 45 minutes or so, you begin to hear this weird, almost discordant harmony, this almost collective of a chorus ringing out in various strange melodies. A roar echoes out, almost as if a bear is calling out to Aloysius, and you can hear this kind of grumbling echo bouncing off the mountains above. You hear it pulling, and as you come into view of this area, you see two different paths. One continues to be a straight and narrow path, continuing out to your eastern edge. However, the west, you can hear these echoes, this chorused voice, and these heavy-sounding roars and grunts. You can almost hear in the wind something whisking through the air itself. It goes to your western direction and seems to go up a small spiral of a mountain path. Seekers, is your choice is what to do here.
Does it all sound like animalistic, or does it sound like voices or anything?
Give me a perception check. I think that'll be the most apt skill check here.
Does it sound like Dovahkiin?
That
Little
is
bit.
only a 12.
A 12? With a 12, it is still enough to know that the voices you are hearing are humanistic. You are hearing a hum or a choir attempting to sing, and then every so often be cut and disjointed again, and people seem to be going off harmony as the song continues to rise and crash back down. There is a melody that you feel there's like an earworm. You can almost make out that you've heard this before, but you're not sure why.
Do we think this could be Jones's new girlfriend?
I've given up women.
Like just now, or?
No, like, it's been a while.
I mean, they gave you a flower, so...
Oh, that one.
Who did you think I was talking about?
Just a new prospect, I guess. You were looking out for your buddy.
Where? There's nobody around us. Like, who do you think? Really?
Oh, yeah. He thought that I was going to hook him up with whoever this might be, and I mean, we'll gladly be your wing elf if that's what you need, but no, I was thinking the last person we saw singing could be a correlation here.
Does this sound like that same thing?
You can give me a perception check if you'd like.
It's a 7.
7. Hard to tell. You definitely don't hear the same instrument being played, but the harmonies, there's something to it. As you do listen with a 7, you hear the grunting roar out, and you can hear in Dwarven, of all things, "May the hells take you!" and shouts out.
Can JJ give a bit more of a listen as well?
Sure. Perception check, please.
Of course. Uh, 21.
21. With the 21, you can hear a chorus of voices, a collection of a group all attempting to sing a song. As you listen and put one ear out of your small thermal hat and begin to listen for it, you hear the sounds of battle. You can hear swords clashing against things. The chorus rises and falls with the pitch of battle, and you begin to hear grunts that you can now safely identify as wounds being taken, blood being spilled, and conflict being had.
I think I hear dwarves in danger.
That is exactly what I also hear. It sounds like someone is getting their ass beat.
Sure, it's not the dwarves. Must be whoever they're fighting.
We
Maybe
take
we should
bets?
go check it out.
Yeah, I mean, but let's bet before we go, because I don't.
You want to bet?
I mean,
Okay.
Are they going to be offended if we come to help them?
I mean, we could just like go to watch if the dwarves are winning.
Okay.
And then if they're not, then they probably won't be offended if we save them.
Right.
But they're going to be winning because they're dwarves, so we don't have to worry that much.
I mean, they could be fighting other dwarves.
It could be like Durgar fighting not Durgar dwarves.
Yeah, or dwarf v dwarf. I mean, my family used to always fight. We used real weapons when we'd fight too. So there's bloodshed.
Yeah, there's a battle going on, and we're talking like an extensively long time. So if we're going to go, we should get started towards it.
Cobble Jones has been yelling as he's walking down the mountainside.
How did you get out of the cart?
Hopped out.
I'm wily.
Yeah, you're about, for Cobble Jones, you'd be about middle of your calf high in like snowfall in this mountain. And so you guys look and there's like a long trail where he's like trudged through the snow. It's very clear where he's gone.
I have my shield out like I'm a sled, not a sled, but a snowplow.
Oh, snowplow pushing through. Aloysius very calmly outpaces the kobold rather quickly if you guys want to go to the western edge and follow that path.
Oh, hitch
Everyone for it?
hitch a ride on the back.
Alright.
Come skating.
Let's do it.
Alright. Heading up the western path, you all begin to hear the noises rise. You begin to hear a number of distressing and worrisome things. Along the hissing and worrying winds, for those of you live with us here on Twitch, you're going to be hearing things the party cannot hear, which is just awesome for me. So, I will describe it for the party, since you don't have the benefit of hearing. You all begin to hear, along the chorus wailing, the flapping of wings, the cackling of a number of creatures. Cobble Jones, you look up, and as you hear again, "Blast! May Morton take you, you foul creature!" You then hear, "Release me!" And you watch. A dwarf thrown from the peak of this coiling mountain, slam, poof, with a heavy break of the snow, their axe effortlessly sliding into wet snow and breaking ice as they tumble free from the side of the mountain and roll down through the bottomless depths. You hear gut-wrenching cries and a number of laughter, almost female voices echoing out from these leathery, slight wings. For those of you of high perception, you can see shadows looming over the mountaintop, and you can see a collective of female figures floating in the air, harrowing an individual. As you all round the bend in your wagon pulled by Aloysius, you look and you come to an edge, a kind of a turning point where you can view this open area. You've reached one of the formal peaks. You look to a almost crime scene at this point. Blood freshly spilled and steaming in the various points of the snow itself. You look across the open air and you can see a small platoon, nearly 6 dwarven men. Most lie bleeding, broken, beheaded, or bludgeoned to death in various forms and stasis. A single 7.5-foot tall man in long black leathers and a wide brim black hat stands triumphantly with a very heavy looking flaming hammer. He reaches up to the sky as one of these winged women fly towards him, grasping them by their taloned feet, and pulls one down with a force that would shock even Kobold Jones's best arm day. As he slams and bludgeons her against the stone, her head cracking and spilling open, and a spray of red crimson coating the ground. He turns in all directions, and you can hear, "Well then, if that is all you got, keep bringing it, and I'll keep it brought." What would you all like to do? Oh, I guess it would help if I gave you a map, wouldn't it? I guess that would be a little helpful. So let me do that real quick. Boom, boom, boom. Link.
I would like to rage.
Oh, you can certainly rage.
I will cast Mage Armor.
A pretty solid start. Mage Armor's a good start. So, coming up the mountain is your group. I will say for the purposes of this, being that you all have your bear and wagon we will say the wagon can safely be removed, so there's no threat that they will throw your bear or wagon. I would take many of them. You look across this area. The 7-foot-tall man, stands here in the center. You look over this area, and he looks like this. A glowing red crimson arm, black leathers, and a tall turtleneck, and an almost priest-like traveling hat that he wears upon it. Heavy furs line the outside of this. And yes, designed by one and only the Tater Art. And we greatly appreciate everything she does for the channel. You see this tall, very much robust man, glowing red arm. Now, at the end of it, held a very heavy, burning hammer and a dead harpy in his grasp. As you all come around the bend, get out and get ready for the ensuing combat, you see him turn and look. The soft red paint across his face flares to life, and you hear, "If you are alive, you better get living! Come help me if you are for the cause, brothers and sisters!" I need everyone to roll initiative.
So we're not for the cause then?
If you are for the cause, come join.
I'm for whatever cause he's for.
I'm
Jones's
against the
new
cause.
boyfriend.
The alternate spelling.
All right. We'll go ahead, and I'm going to try to use the initiative tracker in this and see how it works. So I need to roll 3 initiatives. We're going to do 1, 2, and 3. Seems good. They get... Yeah. Where are we at? Where is my mind? Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Celeste, what do we get for initiative?
19.
Heck yeah. Charles did pretty good. Got a +3, doesn't he? No, +2. Charles is 1 less. All right. Oh, I have this guy on here still. Eat that. He died. JJ, what do we have here?
23, please.
23, my goodness. Cobalt Jones, what do we got?
I got a 2.
A 2? Good lord. Morgan, what do we got?
Got a 9.
9er, got it. Orville, what do we got?
3.
23?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Vel, what do we get?
Vel got a 17. Aja a 20.
Okay. I will say make a con save for Aja because she is a snake.
Oh, that's fair.
I'll warn you now.
Oh, that's a 19 on the die.
Okay.
Which is a 19.
19? Okay. With a 19, she seems mostly fine. Just know that she does not like the environment as a whole.
Okay.
All right. And we're going to put her... We said she has a 19, so she'll go after Celeste, so she'll go right before your turn, just for the sake of brevity.
Okay.
Okay. JJ, you look across, you see a bloodied and beaten area. We will zoom in on here. I wonder if I can remove this, so my screen looks better. There we go. You look across the area, you see a small lip break away. These women are all about 10 feet off the ground, and each one of them has these leathery broken wings, pale white porcelain skin, and you can see this haggard look to them. Their ribs are exposed, not in the manner of eating, or rather the lack thereof, but instead it almost looks unnatural. There is something truly monstrous and corrupted about these harpies.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
So is that rock just in front of me? Is that a big rock or is that a little rock?
About 10 foot tall, yeah.
Okay, so I could hide behind it feasibly.
Feasibly, yeah.
Okay. I think at this time, I'm going to go ahead and use... I will leave myself for Eldritch Blast at the moment.
Okay.
And I will hit the closest harpy,
Okay, this one here.
the one diagonally, and then we'll see if that one hits first.
All
we'll do
right.
that.
Rock and roll.
That's a 16, please.
16 will connect. Go ahead and roll damage.
That is 6 damage, please.
6 damage. They will take it.
All right, cool. And then I'll do the second one.
Mhm.
And go ahead and hit that as well.
Okay.
And that one is definitely not going to hit at a 9.
9 will miss, unfortunately.
Yep. And she will. I'll keep her there,
Mhm.
just to kind of be hidden from the bulk of the ones up front. So.
All right, no worries there. Next up, I think I can do next actor. Boom, that's cool. It goes to your token. I've been playing around with Fantasy Grounds, been having fun with it. Orville. Start of the round, you look over, you see a collection of these winged women floating across the air, and apparently having a bit of a fun with a group of dwarves and this long, kind of coated and tall individual.
I would like to produce my staff.
You produce your staff, comes out of the pack.
It's daylight, right?
It is daylight, bright and sunny.
Well, I will utter the command word Pura Ignis, and I'll light my staff.
Flames enshroud and pull into a long, flaming lance.
What is the terrain looking like? Is it going to be difficult terrain, or am I moving unimpeded?
You are a size small creature?
Am I size small?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, size small creatures do have disadvantage here.
Okay.
You will every 1 square counts as 2 for the purposes of movement for small creatures.
Right. Well, then my move speed is gonna be 20, so I'm just gonna hold my staff out and try and fiery snowplow my way through towards the battlefield.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20 to there.
Yep.
Okay. Will that be your turn? Anything you want to do with your action?
I suppose I'll take the move action and move 1, 2, 3 to the or 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right onto that blood spatter.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Just to kind of snowplow that for anybody else that wants to come through.
All right, big melty, slippery slope that can follow. Celeste, it is your turn.
Would these be considered outsiders?
No,
silly?
shockingly enough.
They're not. Okay.
They are, Hubble Jones will shout, "They're monsters! Chaotic evil monsters!"
Okay, can I move up to the first one and swing on her?
She is 10 feet in the air currently.
Oh, she's in the air. Okay.
10, 15, 20, you can get to under her, but then she's 10 feet up. Welcome to 3D&D, where I can't do a 3D map, but I'm gonna do my damnedest. I wonder if there's a way to show elevation. I looked earlier, but I couldn't find a way. What would you like to do, Celeste?
This is so good because I have nothing that I can do.
Ooh, I've disabled the paladin. What a wonderful day for me.
I have a question.
Yes.
If she equips the tooth, that's fucking huge.
Huh?
Can she try to swat it out of the sky with the tooth?
It is not a reach weapon, unfortunately. It doesn't grant 10-foot reach.
Chewy. Yeah,
Alright.
but it's gigantic.
It is gigantic. It's freaking huge. But yeah, no, a great club wouldn't give you the reach, unfortunately.
That's okay. Can I just can I hold my action to where if this one becomes within range of me, I can swing on it?
Of course, yeah. You
Thank you.
prep, you pull your sword up and ready, and prepare to murder this poor bird if she comes near you. Velithil. Technically, Aja's turn first, but...
That's 30 feet away, so Aja will go to the nearest one,
Mhm.
give advantage to Celeste,
Okay.
and then return to me.
Okay.
Then I will step out, cross the rock, just right in front of it.
Okay. Boop, boop.
And then if you could move the map over a little bit to
Yeet.
where the group is, I think. The rock on the... It's like at the top of the map right now on the far right.
This one up here with the bloodstain?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you go to the farthest one there,
Mhm.
5, 10, 15, 20, that spot right there, centered fireball, should get those 4 harpies.
Okay. 5, 10, 15. You will catch your new friend in it, unless you want to do one back.
There's 20 on that
1,
rock.
2,
Not where the bloodstain is, the little rock at the end of it.
Oh, okay. You're just trying
Right
to...
there?
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah. So all 4
Yeah.
of them. Sure. They need a deck save.
Yes.
All right, go ahead and roll damage.
Right. Okay. So 23
23 points of fire.
if they fail.
You detonate a small sphere of fire. It expands out, and I think this might be one of your first times casting Fireball in quite a long time.
I actually think it might be the first.
You will watch a small bead marble of fire jet from Velithil's finger, glide over onto the far corner and detonate, erupting the air itself and catching flame across much of the area. I should play this overlayered. All right. So with that, you see all 4 of them be engulfed by the flames, unable to avoid it while floating in air. Each of them takes full damage, and they feel real bad about themselves. Is that your turn, Vel?
It's my movement and my action. Yep.
All right. Charles's turn. Charles will... is not here. Charles will climb out of Bartholomew's coat, feel how cold it is, crawl back into Bartholomew's coat, and then stick his little head out and yell,
Get us closer. 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 Oh.
you see Bartholomew go, all right, yeah, I'll do that. And Charles will ready their bladed weapon from the inside of Bartholomew's jacket, and it just peeks up over the head. That'll be the end of Charles's turn. The Harpy's turn. Harpy number 1 doesn't know what you guys are made of yet. Will swoop down to attack Celeste. Celeste, you have an attack at advantage.
$21 to hit.
21 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
$19 damage.
19 damage. You strike free and true. You tear into the inside of this harpy, and your blade comes free on the other end. You see a spray of this almost rotted and fetid crimson spill out from her side. She lands down, talons in the snow, looking at you, and pulls her hand up. You can see this long and tenuous kind of almost bladed black claw, and she takes 2 swipes of her claw at you. So we're going to do 2 attacks. 1 in dose. 1 is going to come across for a 25 to hit, and the other one will come across for a 15 to hit.
The 15 will miss, but the other one absolutely hits.
Okay, the 15 will miss, the other one hits. Boom, boom. You are going to take the most damaging 4 points of damage. It is considered slashing damage and non-magical.
Thank you.
I do, however, need you to make me a Constitution saving throw versus disease.
Okay.
You should be immune to
I'm
that.
immune to disease.
There
Sorry.
we go. I was waiting for
But
it.
I can still roll it if you want.
No,
Okay.
that's all right. I was going to see if you remembered or not.
It's right here on my character sheet. Sorry.
That will be that harpy. This one here will soar down and attempt to strike at Orville. 2 talon attacks. Likely not. 17 is the high roll.
17 will hit on the nose.
Okay. Boom, boom. Coming across with a talon strike. Going to be for 7 points of damage and a con save versus disease.
Do I have disease nonsense for being a monk yet? No. I think that comes at like level 10.
Mm-hmm. I don't read player characters.
That's
But I will
fine.
read wizards soon.
Con save.
Con save, please.
That's going to be a total of 10.
10. You feel the slice as it cuts your open arm, blood spraying from this serrated claw. You feel a burning sensation almost immediately, and you feel a heat and fever wash over you at this moment. Let's see here. Yes, okay. So we have you on level 1. Got it. Alright. That'll be their turn. This harpy will fly over 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Will perch on this end here. Look over the group and will point a kind of like a pair of hands outstretched and forward and begin to sing. I need everyone to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Charm.
It is specifically, I think, charm, yeah.
Yay, elf.
Mm-hmm. So, starting us off, Celeste, what do we get for wisdom?
28.
28. You are completely fine. The song is off key and out of pitch. Cobble Jones, what do we get?
22.
22. You don't need, you're not a fan of the arts. Morgan, what do we get? I can't hear you. You're muted. You're muted in Discord. The other mute. No, the other mute. There we go.
I've tried. I have Discord on the bottom of my screen, so it's popping up my start bar. I got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20, you were completely fine. JJ, what do we get?
17, please.
17. Holding strong. Velithil, what do we get?
23.
Okay. Orville?
15.
Okay. Bartholomew doesn't care. Charles. Charles shakes off their head, and there's a moment where you see them turn and look at Bartholomew and go,
It would be a shame to kill you.
and they shake their head and they go,
So I won't do that. I will not do that.
Bartholomew,
Reem, don't you dare F with Charles. I cannot. Don't do it to me. Do not. I will come for you.
oh geez. This harpy over here will 5, 10, 15, 20 to this corner here. Will angle their black talon forward at Orville. Begin to mutter a dark incantation. JJ, much in the way you just fired off bolts of energy, you see this harpy floating in the air fire off a very sickening green beam at Orville. Orville. Does an 18 hit? We know 17 hits, right?
May
Indeed,
I, cutting word step?
I think so. How close do you have to be to them?
60?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Yeah, we'll go right ahead. Heading towards it.
Alrighty. Remove 3 off of that, please.
So 8, 7, 6, 5. 15 to hit will miss, correct? You have an AC 17? You see her
Correct.
angle this beam, it starts going straight for Orville. You hear JJ shout out, Orville! You kind of juke, twisting your head at the last moment, and you see this bolt of eldritch energy strike the earth behind you. This one here will fly on over and swing down towards our preacher friend. Has him in a flank, will roll 2 attacks at advantage with its claw. First one will be a miss, second one will be a hit. 2 strikes. Takes 6 points of damage. The other one that is flanking this individual will do the same. 2 strikes at advantage. First one missed. Second one connects. They're at least, they're hitting half the time, which is always a good sign for monsters. And they are consistent, if nothing else. This one here, seeing that Celeste has broken free of the group, will move and flutter down. It will take 2 strikes against Celeste with advantage. First one is going to be a 23 to hit.
It's
Second one will be a natural 20.
misses. No, I'm just kidding.
Misses. So for the crit, we're going to take 14 points of slashing damage. And for the regular hit, we're going to take 8 points of slashing damage. And you ignore the disease effect, so you're not worried there. That is going to be the Harpy go. I believe so, right? Don't miss one? Nope, I ain't going up there. All right. Next up, boop, is our priest friend. You see him pull forward this kind of heavy-looking mace. This big hammer, as it were. It's actually like a hammer at the end, this warhammer. Look forward and point at one of the harpies. And you hear, "You're going for a long ride here." And he points out and says, "Say your prayers, creature." And we'll take 3 attacks against the creature in front of him. 1, 2, 3. We will go for a hit, a hit, a hit. And what do we have for damage? 2d6ers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We have 1, 2, 3 we reroll. Alright, so we're going to add 2, 4, 9. So yeah, you see in one flurry of swings, this man lurches forward, flaming warhammer in hand. A big heavy crack across one of its wings. You see its arm shatter in place and flames rake up its fur. A second swing cracks into its leg. It fumbles and falls to the ground. And as it looks to scream, you hear it turn and speak common very clearly. And you hear, "Please, please spare me." You hear, "You may spare yourselves at the gates of the Weavers." You see a big heavy hammer crush its skull and spray blood out into the open area. That concludes their turn. Morgan, your turn.
If I steady aim, would I be able to hit the one on our right?
This one over here?
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
since she's like above us.
Yeah,
Cool.
she's at an angle and kind of crouched down, but is still at an elevation that you can see her.
I figured, yeah, because I can't really. I figured Val's in front of me and above me, so I don't want to shoot that way.
Yeah, no worries. You have a 10-foot rock in the way of that one, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was planning to hit the ones to the right next to Orville, but I can't now, so
That's a little bit of a treacherous shot.
yeah.
Click, click, bang, bang.
18.
18 will hit. Roll damage
Yeah.
with snack attack.
Snake.
Snack. Snickety snack.
$25 damage.
25 damage, and has already been struck by a ball of fire. You watch very easily this bolt fly through and clear straight through its throat and back out the other side. It gasps as it's in the middle of a note for this song it had attempted. You hear these soft kind of rising melodies. Blood sprays out, they tumble onto the ground and are quite dead. That's your movement, your bonus, and your action. Rogues are easy, let's go. Buddy's turn. Buddy, Charles in head. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Will flank with Celeste. Charles's ready action goes off. Charles will strike this creature in front of them. Where is... Rock and roll it. Got this. Yeah! We'll deal 6 points of damage to this RP. Let's see here. And then 2 swings from Bartholomew at advantage. 80s. Number 1. Number dose. 17 plus on the die, 13 plus on the die, both will hit. 2d10. Come across for 18 points of damage, all said and done. Yeah. Don't think if I know anything else. I don't think there's any other craziness to it. Oh, I'm sorry, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. An additional 11. That'll be enough. You watch Bartholomew walk up behind you, Celeste, and you hear, "Get away! Charles and I have your back!" You see Charles lunge out of Bartholomew's coat, stab with their pinwheel slicer onto the neck of this creature, and she roars out in pain. Bartholomew slices into her back haphazardly, and you see a burst of radiant energy erupt out of her spine. He then thrusts forward, and you see the tip of the Holy Avenger of the Goose Knight peel straight through the front of her chest. And you hear this soft kind of settling honk, and she erupts into these small black embers as her soul is purged. That is Bartholomew's turn. Cobble Jones!
Alright, we're waddling up 15
Waddle,
feet
waddle,
to
waddle.
the one that's up there.
5,
Max
10,
movement.
15.
Alright, and then we're gonna battle axe.
Battle axe you a question.
The first one is an 18 to hit.
18 will hit, even with the half cover from the little rocks. Still completely fine. Crushing it, in fact.
6 damage.
6 damage takes it. You see her wince in pain, and this black Icarus blood spills from her veins.
Second attack.
Mhm.
26 to hit.
26 will hit.
11 more damage.
11 more damage, sure enough. The second attack removes one of her wings, and blood sprays on the ground. She seems to go into shock, fall over, and blood continues to coat the snow.
Okay, and then I'm going to do an action surge.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw a hand axe
Okay.
at the one that's north.
This one here?
Yes.
Okay. Go right ahead. You put your axe on one shoulder, pull from your bandolier, throw a hand axe.
14 to hit.
14 will hit. The axe buries itself deep in her shoulder. She has been previously undamaged. She was one of the ones not caught in the fireball.
6 damage.
All right. Fresh-blooded. You see a spray.
Can I do a second one of those, or is that like using too many free actions to
Um,
pull the next one out?
you can only item interact once per turn. So I feel like that's like a detriment to thrown weapons if you don't use 2 of meta time.
Can I
Did
throw
you
my
want-
shield as an improvised weapon?
Yeah, I'd let you do it. You have disadvantage to the attack, but I'd let you do it.
Alright, we're trying it.
Yeah, hawk that shield at her.
Captain America style.
All
Except
right, fair enough.
not going back.
Yeah, I'm down for it. That seems cool.
Boo. A crit and a 12.
A 12? The 12 does hit. On the nose.
So it's just +1, right?
Yeah,
One
it's
plus strength, so
it's
6
1 plus
damage.
strength. 6 damage? Same as with the hand axe.
Yeah, I rolled a 1.
So yeah, you all watch. Cobble Jones marches up and trudges through the snow. 2 big heavy hits from the battle axe. Swing, swing. Cuts into 2 slices, blood spraying down on her. He reaches for his belt, fiddles with his shield for a moment, throws a hand axe into the next one, pulls with his teeth the 2 straps that hold his shield, and yeets the shield forward. You see the tip of it dome her in the top of the head. She begins to stagger uneasily as blood begins to drain from the top of her scalp. Definitely got her attention with that one. There's some bell ringing going on.
And it was definitely like a looking around for something else and like, fuck it.
It's
Throw
like-
in the shield. And then, because I'm a fighter and I have a million actions, I'll also bonus action pull Orville towards me to get him out of melee range.
Oh, true. Or will you slide in the snow out of the warm blood? You go, oh, shit. That is your turn, Cobble Jones. Gonna be top of round 2, JJ Lightning. You see your group is making short work of these harpy creatures.
I was indeed going to cast fly, but all of a sudden there's so many gone. You know what? I will cast fly on Celeste anyways.
Okay.
with the DOS just to ensure that if she wants, she can go up and get them.
Okay.
And I think that's about all I can do.
An action to do.
Because I think I want to reserve cutting words. Yeah, we'll go. No. Yeah, we'll reserve cutting words. That's fine. And that'll be it. That'll be it.
All right. No worries there. Let's see here. Next up is going to be Orville's turn. Orville, you get slid back. You look at this crazy-looking woman hissing with these black claws, and you feel the world as your heart beats. You can hear your heart in your ears. You feel bile pull up in the back of your stomach, and you feel uneasy, and the world begins to swirl. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You shake your head and take a couple of deep breaths to center yourself at the start of your turn. You don't succumb to poison, as you can feel this disease already burning through your veins.
Orville will still spit some of the bile to the side into the snow. Is this nearest harpy, is she perched or is she in the air?
Yeah, no, she meleeed you last turn, so she's still on the ground.
So she came down. Down.
Yeah.
Cool. What about the one a couple squares over?
This one's still flying.
Okay,
So,
the other one's still flying?
This one's on the ground, this one's on the ground, this one's in the air.
Sorry, I'm a little desync there. I was looking at the Twitch screen rather than the Discord screen.
Hey, that's how it works.
Got it. Okay. All right, I will get a running start at this harpy and attempt to strike her with the staff.
All right.
Twice.
Run up. First big swing.
Nat 20. I might not need...
You know what the damage is?
32 points of fire damage.
Oh. You swing. You go for the backswing and look, and there is an immolated body. And you see this radiant fire peel and torch her away. Almost eerily similar to what Bartholomew's attack managed to do to this woman. Same as this large individual that has done as well.
So the other one is within range, but she's 10 feet in the air.
Yep.
Could I use my second attack to try and like channel some fire while pole vaulting and give myself a little bit of a boosty to jump at her?
You want to rocket launcher jump, Team Fortress 2 style, to get at her.
Oh yeah. And then punch her.
So I know this is going to be like roll bullshit, right? And I'm fully aware of that. I will say, give me a charisma check. Not a saving throw, check.
Charisma check.
Yes.
You got it. That's a 5.
That's a 5. You, for a moment, put the lance into the fire, you put the lance down into the snow. You hear the fire crackle and burn away a bit of it, water forming at your feet and bubbling it. You kind of say to yourself, all right, come on, just blow fire out and I'll fly up in the air and kill this thing. And you feel for a moment the lance pulses with this radiant fire and nothing happens. There's just this like crackling feeling and you're kind of just stood there. And kind of, I will say that counts as your bonus action this turn.
Okay. That will... that'll wrap it then.
Alright. Fair enough there. Celeste, your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna fly over to my little fellow bird thing.
Fellow bird! You take a step forward, and you take another step forward, and you realize you are walking completely on air. Every step forward, you seem to just rise from the ground, and soon you are now hovering 5 feet above this harpy, blade in hand.
Okay, I'm gonna swing on her.
Swing on to hoe. It's taken 12 so far from Cobble Jones.
It's gonna be a 15 to hit.
15 will hit. These are naked singing harpy women.
15 damage.
15 damage will take it. You see her hiss out in your direction. She whirls around and sees you pull back for another strike. She'll use her reaction and look at you pleadingly. Please, no! We're sorry, you can leave. You hear the tall man look in your direction, this kind of glowering stare in your direction. You hear, you don't lead them at all. Send them to heaven, or hell where they belong. Second attack.
It's gonna be a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit. They do damage.
Can I also use my celestial revelation?
Sure, what does it do?
I
don't know what that does.
essentially hang on.
New powers.
Creatures other than allies within 10 feet must make a charisma saving throw or become frightened. Once on each turn, you could deal an extra 3 necrotic damage.
That's when you actually activate your celestial form. You have to do that before attacking.
Oh, okay, then never mind. Sorry.
It's like an aura you put out. Paladins are weird because they have like smites, which are at any time you hit, and then there's like certain abilities that are like pre-hit and post-hit. A lot of weird order of operations stuff for paladins.
16 damage.
16 damage. You tear through the front of her, tearing down betwixt her chest, and you see blood spray out as you crack through the front of her chest plate, and she falls onto the ground a couple eerie steps before just twitching and falling face first into the snow, very visibly dead. That will conclude your turn, and then we'll go to Velithil.
There's just the one left over there, right?
Just the one.
30, 45. So Aja will fly over and start the flyback, give me advantage.
Sure.
And firebolt.
All right. Go right ahead.
That'll be a crit.
Dope. Up to 220 so far.
No, that's 4.
No, 220s being rolled.
Oh, yeah. So that is 17, 23, 24 points
24
fire
points?
damage.
You see her immolated like many of her sisters before her. For the purposes of combat. Combat is over. Oh, this one's dead too. You see the last one kind of fall to the ground, burning, bleeding, and dying out in the snow. We will turn that off. Here we go.
Sorry, knowing that I have with fly, is
Mhm.
there, do I know how, like, where that dwarf fell to? Like, would I have enough time to fly down and try and scoop up his little body?
You know that you are at this point hundreds of feet up. You've been traveling for hours at an inclined elevation. You could attempt to, but I would say you are smart enough as a character to know that no one on Earth, other than maybe Orville on his best day, could likely survive that fall. And even then, Orville would be chancing it.
Okay.
Like, you are pretty sure that one dwarf is probably dead. You look around, and many of the other dwarves that lay around here have been torn to ribbons. As the fighting kind of calms down, you hear one of the harpies kind of gurgling, gasping for its last few breaths of air. And your your survivor from this group walks forward and puts a very heavy black boot beside its neck and goes, I'm unsure where you might end up in your future endeavors, but we wish you well in the name of the Weavers all the same, you poor corrupted bitch. And this hammer comes down, and a big gallow of flame burns across this creature's body. She roasts and twists for a moment before burning away to only ashes. This individual turns and looks to you all, flaming hammer still in hand, puts it up over one shoulder and looks to you all, and he goes, well, I do suppose a thank you is in grand order and standing for coming to my rescue. To whom do I have the Lord's mercy to come and visit me? I'm ever so appreciative.
Hey there. We are the Seekers of Gulanti. Well met. Who might you be? I see you talking about the Weavers too.
Oh, well, it is ever so good to be hearing from you, Seekers of Gulanti. I am familiar with her. One of the 3 gray houses, 4 if you count that church boy. That's very good. I am known as Father Duskin, and I am of the church and its many places and many people across these fine lands. To what do I owe your presence here on the mountain pass this day?
We were actually just traveling.
Oh, well, truly then, I must thank the Weavers and the Sanctimonious Rescue to send their chosen to save this lost shepherd. He immediately, this is again 7.5 foot tall guy, drops to one knee, places his hammer on the ground, puts his forehead to the hilt, and actually begins to pray to all 3 of the Weavers. You hear the soft muttering goes, I do thank you for guiding me through these hard times, O Weavers. I have known struggle, many defeats in your honor, and I thank you each and every day, Weavers. May you bless my continued life and servitude for your greatness. Amen. He turns and looks up to the rest of you, stands back. The fire fades from this warhammer, this kind of like heavy-looking, almost maul that it's been made into, and he slings it over on a heavy-looking silver chain across his back. It sits kind of haphazardly, claps both hands together, and goes, it is ever so good to see Weavers chosen. Seekers of Gulanti, I have heard of you, yes, I have heard of your stories from the charlatan man who speaks in the east. I had hoped to hear better things about one so holy and just as yourselves. I am sorry to say you have made an enemy of the media.
Oh, Montserrat.
Montserrat.
That fella. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you don't make like business decisions that benefit them, they kind of get pissed. But could we ask what all y'all were doing out this way? It seems quite out of the way from Thule and whatnot.
Of course, indeed it is. I myself have traveled far across these lands, far even still than Thule itself. I'm a journeyman of sorts, taken to the roads as often as I am able to share the Weaver's mercy across this land. Nary a fortnight ago I received a vision, divine prophecy spoken to me throughout Lord's fires themselves. The burning divinity and clarity that came with this vision spoke to me that there was corruption within Bonebreaker's Leap. And thus I have arrived to purge this corruption and foul, odious trouble from the mountain range itself. The people of Thule are concerned. They speak that a number of their loved ones have gone missing, unable to complete the trek from Thule down to the Western Kingdoms. And so I had enlisted what I thought were esteemed and powerful warriors from Olskath. But apparently they were a bit too weak for what is to come. I will not speak ill of the dead, but I am suffering what you might call a bit of buyer's remorse for mercenaries. Should know better than to send godless heathens to deal the Lord's justice.
You said what is to come. Was this not the finality of whatever you were shown?
My dear ma'am, you must jest, and for that I do, of course, understand your confusion. But these wretches, walks over at this point and picks up the head, the like removed head from one of the ones that have been sliced in half, and lifts it up, are but a symptom of the plague that runs through these mountains. What I have seen cast into fire, oh, it'll worm your way and turn your stomach. There is a queen of these harpy bitches, these demons, these abominations against the weavers themselves that need to be put to justice. What they're tapping into is unnatural, unholy, and definitely none too good for the people of Thule. A pause. They look across the group. They say, "You are weavers chosen, as you so speak. I've heard your name sung in the airways. People know you. Might I enlist your companions in endeavoring with me to purge these corrupted mountains of the filth therein? I seek not want, no glory, no fame. No, as a true holy man, I seek only to do what is right for the people around these surrounding areas."
Are you, sh-
Yeah, go ahead, Miss Val.
are you sure it's just the harpies that are consumed by this corruption?
I do not know. These are simply the first in which defensive, we might expect, the resistance, so to say. But one of them I saw early in the fight, as I crushed its skull beneath my boot of its sister, flew off a bit more northward. I saw the path, and I'm willing to follow it. One of my companions managed to strike a blow across it, and was bleeding more than a stuffed pig might do before supper. We follow the trail in the snow. There is no doubt that we will arrive at our destination, and justice will be served, and the corruption will be purged. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Bartholomew looks around and goes, "Oh, amen. The men. Do that."
Amen.
Very good.
Sir, with all due respect, maybe we were talking about the dead and these, fellow winged people. We could just not call them ugly names.
I do apologize if my vernacular is a bit too rough on the edges of your ears, Madam
No,
Warrior.
it's just, that's somebody's mother, sister, cousin.
This is a monstrous
niece.
creature, ma'am.
Yeah, no, I hear you, I understand, but as
An
a fellow
abomination
winged,
against gods themselves.
so as a fellow winged individual, I just feel maybe we should be just a little bit nicer about it.
I will be as nice as a peach summer's sunrise.
I don't know what
The
that
moment
means.
they are all dead.
Okay.
You can rest your soul on that, baby. I will tell you true.
Jones, I think your boyfriend just hit on me. Call me baby.
Oh yeah, well I give it up men too.
That's right. Good to see a proper man dressed in northern fashions. Might I shake your hand, warrior? He outstretches his big hand to you, Cole Jones.
Okay, but only if you promise to stop saying bitch.
Oh. Oh, this is what you say, then. The vernacular is the issue. On these wretches, these foul abominations. Bitches
Yeah,
is the issue.
Wretch is okay. My friend gets upset.
Godless heathens.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah,
Creatures from
and it's
beyond the
also more
veil.
accurate.
That's a good one too. I like that one
Yeah,
actually. Yeah,
I think those are all more accurate.
Plague-ridden harlots.
that one definitely for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely plague ridden.
Very good then. I will remove such a distressful term from my vocabulary while in your good graces.
I mean, you're offending all those pregnant pups out there.
Each and every bastard and vultured woman that clings to the womb of these foul creatures shall be purged in the name of the weavers. Of this there is no argument. Their children and their children's children are a blot against this fine world we live in.
While he's exposing, I'll be shaking his hand.
Yeah. Shakes your hand like full on, like dwarven grip. Like shakes it and goes, "You have a strong grip for one so short and stout. Your power is immeasurable, I can see such. Well met, sir.
Yeah, I do like 100 push-ups every day.
Oh, 100. Might I make a recommendation to your daily routine?"
Sure.
Very good. To best align yourself with the will of the weavers themselves, it is good to pay physical homage to each of the gods in respect. For Quasin, you can of course do push-ups, 100 strong and 100 deep, shoulders locked, and you angle yourself at your feet. For Bavane, now of course for Bavane you must do differently. He prefers an abdominal crunch. No more than 5 sets of 30. Yes. Now for, of course, our more pleasant and arcanistic god, it is good to finish the Lord's sermon before you hit hammer curls. And you gotta really dig 'em deep now. You gotta hit 80, 90, 200 hammer curls. Otherwise, the god of magic will call you a limp-wristed ditty. You wouldn't want that now, would you?
No, I mean, I guess not.
Oh,
I mean, I
very good
also
then.
carry 300 pounds around with me everywhere I go.
Oh, I carry 300 pounds as well, but the gods do not seek favorably upon body weight. They seek only for your commitment to the cause, brother.
Yeah, I weigh like 150.
Oh, are you slimming down for the summertime? May you find yourself a lady lizard soon.
No, I'm just 3 foot tall, so you can only get so wide.
Mm-hmm. Well met then, I suppose.
Uh-huh. And then, all right. So anyway, where's this nest at? And I'm gonna kind of do one of these numbers.
You look, and very clearly in the white snow, there's a trail of blood every couple of feet. There's like a droppet of it, and it's a very clear path that leads further northward. Down the other side of this enclosure, it's kind of like peak. There's another path that leads further northward, and it seems as if that's where this is taking place, or rather continuing to take place.
And just so I know, these are definitely unnatural creatures, right?
Yeah, from what it looks like, these creatures are well, you know them from nature for one thing, right? You know them fully to be they're monstrous creatures by virtue and by name. But then you also know the kind of more pressing issue for them is each of them is pale, corrupted, and you can see marks of either necromantic or kind of like shadow magic that's been burned across their skin. Many of them have exposed ribs or parts of them that should cause like grievous wounds, like parts of their shoulders and flesh are missing, and where the skin and muscle and sinew is exposed, it's kind of this brackish, blackish, kind of almost burnt look to it, and they smell horrendously. They're very much like they seem corrupted, if nothing else.
I'll turn back to the group a bit and just be like, "Yeah, I think these things are pretty nasty. We should probably do something if we're this close." Like, I was just making sure. I'll like reach down and like kind of sniff around a little bit and be like, "Yeah, no, definitely not natural. Definitely not part of this land. So, invasive species. of monsters.
Can I give one that isn't a pile of ash a once over to see if it is reminiscent of like what Vel personally dealt with or also saw in other creatures that were corrupted by things from like Artnum?
Sure. You can either give me an Arcana check at advantage. You're not trained in nature because Cole Jones is. Or you can give me an Insight check, also at advantage.
That is a 26 Arcana.
With a 26 Arcana, you very clearly look them over, and yeah, you look, and there are telltale signs of visible corruption that you battled with quite frequently, and you have this kind of almost Black Mirror look to what happens to creatures affected by Artnum's touch who don't take precautions and wards against its invasive nature. I mean, you saw one very clearly fire off Eldritch Energy, which didn't seem like it cast a spell. It seemed to almost like do it just off of like a natural ability almost.
Yeah. We should deal with these. Whatever the cause is. Might tie back to some folks we know.
You are with the cause then.
I'd like to be.
That is very good of you.
Could I ask you something?
Yes, of course.
Forgive me, I'm used to those of the cloth dressing quite differently back in Deerwood than how you dress.
Oh, yes, the old ninnies. Little ivory-towered boys and girls of Deerwood, too afraid to get their nose out of the good book and able to see the world with their eyes. Please continue. I do apologize for interrupting you.
I was just curious. The rainbows and fashion and unity of the weavers is quite a stark contrast. I was curious about your choice to wear all black. I approve of it. It's quite dapper. But
Oh, I am the Weaver's Justice. I am from one of the oldest sects of worship and reverence to our great weavers. Truly, by their guidance and divine mercy, we shall see ourselves through this age of darkness and reconstruction. You can know, of course, that my following will take no prisoners in the days to come. We will purge outsiders from the Weaver's divine creations from our shores. Any who did not receive the divine touch of creation from the Weavers have no place in the Everwield itself.
Is
Amen.
this a human?
Oh, he seems human, but the more you talk to him and look upon him, there's definitely some type of either giant or Goliath that is mixed into his bloodline. His skin seems like almost supernaturally leathery, like there is a stony nature to his flesh.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess no time like the present. Might as well get going. I'm putting my shield back on.
Might I make a
Actually,
recommendation for you?
hang on. Do any of these dwarves have plate mail on?
Yes, that's what I was going to make a recommendation to you for. Your
Then I will.
shield is made by what looks to be human hands, unfitting for a warrior such as yourself. Proper dwarven shields are around. Plate mail as well.
All right, cool. Yeah, this is a borrowed shield, so
Hmm.
I'm gonna hold on to it just in case something happens to my other stuff. So I'll put it on my back, and then I'm gonna go pilfer and try to find some uncursed dwarven armor to wear.
Sure. You look around. The bodies are all warm. They're still fresh. Many of them decapitated or dismembered in some way and died fairly recently. You are able to field strip and work together. Bartholomew will help you, and Charles will do his best to help too to make speed it along. But yeah, you find regular plate mail. The one that has a shield is a mirrored shield. The front of it is a mirror finish. So if you want, you can write down that you have a dwarven mirror shield.
Cool.
Mhm. Father Duskin looks across the group, goes, "Collect yourselves, for the roads ahead will be hard. They will be well fought, and they will be oiled by the blood of our enemies to come. If you lack resolve, please tell me now, and I will offer a prayer to you, my children, the children of the weavers, too."
Oh, I think we're good. I think we're good.
When I
wait.
pilfer, oh, sorry, just real quick. When I pilfer this stuff, I'm gonna leave my half plate and my other shield with that body, mostly because I can't carry that much stuff.
Oh, that seems fair.
Too
Yeah.
heavy.
Too heavy. What was that, Orville?
By resolve, do you mean body heat? Because I'm kind of cold.
Oh,
I ain't gonna lie.
you are cold, yet
Even
you
with the
carry
flaming stick and all.
flaming staff. Child, might I depart the weaver's blessing upon you, O seeker of Gulante?
Most certainly may, sir.
Very good. You see Duskin, Father Duskin, reach his thumb into his mouth and bite on the back of his molars. He pulls back this kind of like coarse red tattooed arm, and blood begins to fountain and pool in his thumb. He moves to you and puts a free hand on your shoulder and presses his thumb to your forehead. And you feel this kind of banking warmth across you. You gain, as he casts a spell. Let's see here. He will begin to chant as he does so, and he goes, "Weavers, holy triumvirate beyond the veil that still overlooks your fallen child. A weaver's chosen stands before you here today, and he feels the coldness of the world in which you left him upon. He seeks to do your justice, O lords, O great gods above. Or maybe you just need to spare him a bit more of your power. Let me be your vessel to grant him such strength." You feel the blood heat up, and his arm glows, and this kind of radiant aura washes over you. You gain 4 temporary hit points, and you feel bravery cool up in the center of you and warmth wash over your body. You gain the effects of heroism as he casts heroism upon you. How do you feel now, child?
Feel the cold, sir.
Of course, as you should not. You feel no cold while you have the warmth and love of the weavers in your heart. May they be praised for you, son.
Praise be unto the weavers.
Oh, praise be unto the weavers. Amen. But it is good to catch our breath. And for that reason, we're going to take a 5-minute break, y'all. It's 9:02. We'll come back at 9:07. We'll see you real quick, right soon for more Second Wake. Peace in a bit. Hello, everybody. Oh, let me turn that down. That's me messing up. Woo, there we go. Let's turn that way down. We thank you guys so much for sticking with us after the break. If anyone is still watching, awesome. We thank you so much. You are true and blue, level 20 characters. Before the break, the Seekers of Gulanti came upon Father Duskin doing battle and having been the sole survivor of his group that he had led up here into these kind of treacherous mountains. They've been beset by corrupted harpies. The Seekers of Gulanti quickly dispatched the feigned feathered foes, and now everything seems kind of on the up and up. The father has requested that the Seekers of Gulanti join them in battle against these foul, abominable creatures, at the request that he stops using the B word, which he has agreed he will stop using the B word, but he'll call them feathered harlots all day long. That's just as good. And now the group, if you guys want, because Kobold Jones is going to have to take time to get into plate mail, we can consider this a short rest. If you want to recharge any short rest abilities, roll any hit dice for any small amounts of damage you might have had. I know most of you are like, but you never know. Some folks could be suffering.
Not me, I appreciate you.
There we go. I love being appreciated. What's up? That's my jam. That's my Jimmy jams.
Do I get a
Always
short rest?
appreciate getting some spell slots back.
There you go. What was it? Couple Jones?
Do I get a short rest?
Sure. Why not? I will say that Buddy and Charles don't get a short rest, so they can make sure you are kind of like just like, oh, let me put my armor on, sir. And it's like, yes, sir, of course, sir. Let me please put your foot into here, and we'll put this on your guard. This is your cup. Put your cup on.
Charles, don't worry about putting on the shoe. File my nails. Buddy's got it.
Yes, of course. Charles Hero. Clean shoes.
For the sake of it, too, if anyone happens to be rolling hit dice, you also have Song of Rest to add on, so you get to add 5. Oh no, you get to roll it. Never mind. You get to roll it when you do.
I will say additionally, during the course of a short rest, before you all spend hit dice, each person will recover 17 hit points. Sorry. You watch, and the father kind of stands there, mauled to the ground, and seems to be muttering prayer and sermon. And as you guys are taking a breather and like bandaging up and the like, you hear this prayer of healing exude from the holy man, and it kind of wash over each and every one of you. You can feel these kind of like divine effects. One good thing about stat blocks that come out of books is that they give them all the weird spells that no one in their right mind would ever rightly take.
Hey Kareem,
Yes.
those temporary hit points that I got technically were over a day ago. Do I still have them or no?
You still have them until they are used from your blessing from the woman with the
Yeah.
yes,
Sitar?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
the sitar, yeah. Still rocking, still rolling. With that, everyone good with the short rest? Rock and roll. Click the buttons. Press the things. All right. With that, Cobble Jones, you've already pointed out the path of blood in the snow. Father Duskin looks to you and goes, well then, being that you have observed such a thing, might you lead us in our vengeful quest to eradicate these foul, corrupted harlots, and lay their mercy of the weavers upon them.
Yeah. Sure.
Good.
Do I think that we should bring the cart here, or do I think that the cart should stay here?
More than likely, the cart's guarded by a giant golden furred bear. If anyone is stupid enough to fight this bear, they're gonna die. you look at the like you look at this bear, and it's like, it's very dapper, it's well dressed, it kind of looks like a pilgrim a little bit, but it's still like a size large bear, and it is a cave bear, and it's, I mean, it could probably F up a harpy if a harpy came after it.
Okay. Yeah, we could probably just leave the cart here, and then I'll start. I'll get this new mirrored shield, and I'll try to use that as my snowplow.
Sure. You start sliding it. It's like kind of well done. Yeah, easy enough to do. You continue on. Everyone else good to go to continue trekking forward. Rock and roll. Cool. You all begin your journey far north. You continue along the pathway for what feels like about half an hour, almost 40 minutes or so begin to pass. You follow bloodstain after bloodstain after bloodstain, and then Cobble Jones, you're plowing through the snow, kind of obscuring your vision a bit, making movement through your shield. Ding! Rings off of something as you collide, and as you pull your shield back and look forward, the bled out corpse of this harpy lays at your feet, just in the snow, and there is a soaking red mess of blood. This kind of like almost brackish, ichory blood has drained out into the snow and formed a very warm pile in front of you.
I guess looking past that now, is there any sign of like I don't know, a cave or something that somebody might try to make
Go
into
ahead
a home.
and give me a survival check.
It's a 14.
14. Looking across the area, you do see snow far and wide, but you also begin to pick up on a number of like bits of snow that seem to be broken and melted away from an area up to your right. In the eastern side of this kind of mountain path, this treacherous looking path, you look down and you can see that there is a small divot and slope that seems to descend into the mountain range itself. It does look to be the formation of a cave, and from what you can surmise with a 14, it would make it ideal for creatures that can fly to have a deep burrowed in, a place where only they can enter and exit willingly.
Alright, guys. So I think I see a formation of a cave over there. Be good for like bats or something like that. So, maybe these, what'd you call them? Harlots would be living in there. We should probably go check that out at least.
Oh, very good for you to see this. Very well, then. We'll
I'll
go
start.
first if needed.
I'll redirect and I won't say anything, but I'll just keep going.
All right. You keep marching forward. You eventually get to the opening, not more than about 60 feet away from where you were standing, and you look, and there is this open break in the mountain itself where bits of snow have already kind of melted away from the edges. There is heat emanating out from the inside of the mountain range itself, and you can see steam slowly wafting up. You hear chirping and the beating of leathery wings echoing down from beneath. And as you look down, it does descend further than your dark vision can view.
Does it smell like harpy?
Give me a nature check. Or survival. Your choice.
It's gonna be a 15 survival.
15. Yeah, it smells like harpy in here. A bad case of harpies in here.
I smell them.
The real flare up.
Wait, maybe that's just me.
Oh shit.
Nope, not me. That's them.
Very good then.
Yeah, we just have to figure out how we're gonna get in there. I'm gonna look around for if there is any sort of, I don't know, trailing down, or if they really just picked this because they can fly.
You look and it's very clear, like it's a slope in. Like it is a passage through which you could fly in and out of, and it looks very treacherous if you attempt to descend it in any other manner.
And I can't tell or try to use some like based on the sound or anything like that. I guess it's echoing, so it'd probably be really hard, but to determine maybe how deep it goes.
You look it over. Are you trained in insight?
Yeah.
Just being trained in insight's enough. You kind of think it over. You assume it's at least 100 or more feet as a drop, and then it probably levels out. As you're talking, you see the father go and pull out a small copper coin, and he casts a bit of light onto the coin and flicks it down into the crevasse, and you watch it tumble, 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 and then ting, 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 hit the ground. By the looks of it, you with an insightful mind and knowledge of kind of like survival and things alike, you would surmise it's about 150 feet drop before it hits the bottom.
That's a long way down.
Can get a few of us down safely, but not all of us.
And Bartholomew looks around and goes, I could get myself and Charles and maybe one other person down.
I could just wait here if you guys want. I don't have to go down. I'll stay here. Looks a little,
Are you afraid of caves or guano?
I'm not afraid of anything.
Well, if you are not afraid of anything, then you may fashion yourself across my back, and I will bring us to the bottom.
Question, DM.
Answer, JJ Light.
If I cast levitate on somebody,
Mm-hmm.
and we just put a couple of folks on them, Would
Yeah.
that essentially weigh them down slowly?
I gotta look up levitate. That's a weird one.
So it says
Rule of cool sounds like it should be, but I don't know.
the
Feather
spell
falls up to 5.
the spell levitate the spell can levitate a target that weighs up to 500 pounds. An unwilling creature that succeeds on a con save is unaffected. The target can move only by pushing or pulling against a fixed object or surface within reach, which allows it to move as if it were climbing.
And it can move up and down as part of its move.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
by my own movement
Yeah.
or by my own direction.
Yeah, I would say levitate allows you to do one creature safely down.
Okay, could I have someone hold on very tightly to the creature?
Yeah. If you offer this idea, Father Duskin volunteers. I was just gonna jump to the bottom anyway.
Yeah.
We tie off a rope up here in case we don't find another way out.
Oh, there will be another way out. By hook or by crook, there will be another way out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much rope we got. I got one thing of 50. But
Same.
I
Charles
suppose it is far.
Pipes up and goes,
I have 100 feet of rope.
okay, well, we could make like a bunch of knots here.
All right.
Hopefully, they hold.
Charles reaches into his pack and produces a small box and hands it to you. It's about yay big. And as you open it up, it's full of dental floss. It's about 100 feet worth of dental floss.
I was going to ask where this rat was keeping 100 feet of rope.
100 feet of rat-sized rope, yeah.
All right. You can hold on to this, Charles. This won't hold me.
Oh, okay.
And I'll give it back to him.
I have
Takes it.
50 feet of rope.
That's
So we do
100.
have 150 feet if we tie it all together.
Yeah.
I picked up a climber's kit as well. So there's...
Put a python at the top.
Yeah,
Tink, tink.
I've also got 50 feet.
Yeah.
maybe a couple of them because I'm like almost 400 pounds.
It's
If
a
you guys-
matter of if...
I was going to say, if you guys want to mark off 150 feet of rope and that you've used the climber's kit once, then you can make a rope ladder all the way down to the bottom. That's fine. I think you have enough between all of you to knot it and have it all the way down there.
Yeah, I had 3 climbers kits, so.
Carry 3 climber's kits?
Hell yeah, bro! You said open season, pick whatever you want. I'm like, I can carry fucking 300 pounds, so I'm gonna get everything.
This man is the Happy Mask salesman from Zelda. Just a big-ass backpack.
He's a pack mule.
Fucking
Oh, yeah.
pack mule
Pretty
full.
much.
I have like 3 sets of armor and like 7 weapons and all these kits.
I'm having flashbacks.
Alright, I marked 50 feet off of mine.
Cobalt Jones played Skyrim one
Let's
time
go.
and was like, that's my life goal.
Oh yeah, I have like 75 wheels of cheese and
Yeah.
43 cabbages.
Just all hung within your backpack. But yeah, easy enough to do. You guys want to mark it off. You've used one of the climber's kits before, just so that we know that there's like missing pythons and damaged materials in there. But you like hammer them in, and you mark off 150 feet of rope, and you are free to descend via rope or by other means if you so choose. Bartholomew will just cast the honking goose wings. You see them burst from his back. He goes, I could ferry one other person down if you wanted.
If we're climbing down and saving spell slots, I'll just take the ride with Bartholomew. I can't exactly climb. But if we want to go a little faster, I can feather fall a group of us down.
And with that, I can put levitate on our new friend here, and he can probably have one other person hop down. I think that takes care of everyone. But it's up to y'all.
I don't really like magic, so I'll climb. No, I don't know how many other people should climb this rope at the same time as me though, because and I'll kind of tug at it as I'm like starting to go down a little bit and make sure that it's going to be able to hold me.
Yeah, I mean, you tug it. Seems like it's sturdy and held together. It might not support multiple people, but it'll definitely support you one time.
All right. Well, you'll probably hear my boots hit the ground, so maybe wait for that.
Okay. So yeah, Cobalt Jones will go down. Bartholomew will lean down and put his hands behind his back and make like a little like back saddle. Like, here you go, you can hop on my back. Ignore the goose
Oh.
wings. Go.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Yep. And like holds like the little like part on your legs. He's like, all right, and we're off. And Bartholomew jumps into the hole. The wings flutter and press up against Vel. He goes, oh, shoot, darn it! Ah, ah! And then you guys plummet for about 75 feet before the wings snap back into place, and they figured it out. We're good. Nope, we're good. Sorry.
Okay.
Slowly goes back down. You hear a small scream escape from Bartholomew's clothes, and Charles like, ground, no flying, ground, I hate ground, only ground. The rest of you are more than welcome to take, if you want to levitate the father, you can, and he's willing to carry as many people as he needs to. If not, you guys can all take one at a time the rope, but it's fine. We'll just say you guys can get to the bottom if you want to save the spell slot.
Yeah, she'll cast levitate on the father, and it lasts for 10 minutes. So
Okay.
you can just go up and down the rope, technically.
He's floating down the rope.
Yep.
This is very nice of you. Thank you so much.
It seems a bit safer, you know.
Slowly descends down. He goes, you have my thanks, Madam Shifter. With that, you guys arrive at the bottom. Cobalt Jones, you're the first one to arrive at the bottom. You kind of hear this crunching sound as your boots hit the ground. You kind of flick on and look around with your dark vision. You can smell harpy. You can smell guano from bats. There's a dank, kind of dirty cave smell that emanates in the area. But more importantly, you look down and there are piles and rows of bones that have been picked through and cleaned and left to kind of like fester and break against like boots and the like. At this point, they're all small fragments and pieces of like whole chunks of things. And it seems as if much of this has been like stripped clean of flesh and meat for the most part. And the smell is not great.
Oh wow, it stinks down here, but kind of reminds me of home.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look at the bones and it's like, wow, I can't believe they didn't even suck out the marrow. What kind of monster is this? And I'll wait for everyone to come down.
All right. Everyone begins to make their way down. Orville, as we hit the hour mark, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Can I just hand of healing it and end one disease upon myself?
Is that a thing that Hand of Healing does?
Yeah.
Well, cool. That's neat.
Thanks.
Whatever. Yeah, no.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that's cool. You just end your fever as an action. That's cool. Yeah. Didn't need to research what cool diseases are. That's whatever, man. That's cool. Yeah. Radical, bro.
I mean, I think a con save if you want me to.
No, it's all right. You can healing hands it. It's all right.
Wait, I got Heelys for hands now?
Heelys for hands. I can roll on them. Oh, just save some harpies for the rest of us, guy. You guys get to the bottom as a group. Bartholomew has bright white goose wings popped out of his back. You all begin to kind of walk. Bartholomew does that kind of floating thing that he does where like the wings kind of gingerly go, and he steps a few times and flutters a little bit. You all begin to enter into this kind of twisting cave. You continue to hear the crunching of bones with each step. Every few steps you end up coming across shards and fragments of previous meals gone and eaten well done. You can see up ahead a collection of bats hanging overhead, and for the most part they pay you no mind. As you continue on further, though, the stench of death continues further still. I need everyone to make me a Constitution saving throw versus poison.
We get Celeste bonus with this, correct?
You do get Celeste bonus with this. And speaking of Celeste bonus, Celeste, what did you get?
You said con save, right?
Con save versus poison.
27.
Moving on with my life. Cobalt Jones.
24.
Continuing on. Morgan.
23.
Okie dokie. Orville.
16.
Sure. Rockin' Developville.
23.
Okie dokie. JJ.
17.
Neat. I ignore Bartholomew. Charles throws up in Bartholomew's jacket. Here.
How does the rat throw up? Out of everyone.
The rotten, diseased, and decaying rat throws up.
Yeah. With
This
a
is
7 on die, does fail the con save. Oh, I think Charles is sick. Hold on, Charles. Bartholomew lightly taps his jacket, and a small burst of light emanates out. And Charles stops throwing up. There you go, buddy. There you go, friend.
JJ's gonna give everyone a piece of peppermint candy
To put
To
under
suck
the
on?
tongue. Yeah.
because it's
JJ
really good for stomach aches.
You've been holding on to these since the Feywild?
No, I picked him up in Grim Village before we left because like peppermint helps with like upset tummies and altitude sickness and all that kind of stuff. So
Oh, well, thank you.
yeah.
You all have a piece of peppermint, and it does help with the smell. Coming up out of the darkness, you all see the entrance to an internal cave. Stones have been pushed away and moved in such a way that would belay an entrance to a nest of sorts. You can see a faint glow emanating out from the entrance of this cavern, and as you wander towards the open area of this room, this kind of like down room or what have you, there are again 6 harpies currently sat along a long perch, currently pruning, but more importantly, on the floor outside of their den, of their nest, you see 5 human males, all stripped of their arms and armor, save for each one holding a very jagged and kind of like nasty looking blade. And they stand there in a bit of a mired daze, swaying left and right.
Well, they don't seem all right.
I do suppose they do not. Anyone have any qualms about killing corrupted folk?
If they can be saved, it's better.
Hmm.
I agree.
Well, they will each be saved when they are sent to the heavens above. I tell you that, this is how it's gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I'd love to save them. I think that would be the right thing to do. However, I also don't want to get stabbed.
Looks like a very dangerous knife, to be the least.
That's true.
They said that folks had been abducted, right?
Yes, the people of Thule spoke that a number of villagers have been plucked from their morning trails. More than likely, this is the result for the few survivors that have been left. But these sad sacks do not seem to be in the best of mental capacities. Best be put them out of their misery.
Do you think that you could, like, put them to sleep or something?
Me?
You haven't
No,
translated.
not you. I mean, I could.
And I could definitely put him to sleep.
We could
I
put
just
them to
don't think
eternal
it'll be the
sleep,
same. Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah.
Teach them the long road.
Like Batman.
Who?
It's that third one right there. Right? 1, 2, 3, that's Batman.
No. You misunderstand. Batman is a vigilante hero from.
From down south, yeah.
Oh, you guys have a Batman too? Because we have one up in Iskander.
Oh, okay. I
You
wonder
got a
if
bunch
it's...
of Lord of Bats peoples?
Apparently.
Never heard of them.
Me either. Are you sure? You guys are talking about the same person, maybe?
If they are worshipping a pagan god, then I will find these Batmen and I will bring them to justice.
No, I think they just like wear bat clothes because they're in a cave and it evokes fear. But
Mm.
I mean, I guess I can't speak for that one. But you know, bats are pretty cool, mysterious. I guess people are just drawn to bats.
There are no more mysterious creatures than the realm weavers themselves. Beyond that, everything is but a pale illusion of reality.
I mean, I guess so, but like, how would you feel about someone dressing up as a weaver and like fighting crime? I feel like that might be blasphemous. Whereas dressing up as a bat will probably not like, you know, invoke the ire of the gods.
Father Duskin looks at you, looks down at his outfit, then looks back at you and goes, "Yes, now that would be utterly ridiculous, I do agree. Why don't we determine what we're going to do about these humans?"
Morgan, you can still put folks to sleep, right?
Sure cannot.
Oh.
Awkward. So let's get this straight. We just offended Father Duskin. Morgan can't put anybody to sleep, and we have these corrupt little people out here, and now we don't know what to do? I think eternal sleep sounds pretty good to me.
I do agree with you.
First off, we didn't all offend him. Jones said something that offended him.
Wait, did I offend you?
You spoke of my character and how ridiculous it would be to dress as a weaver.
No, your outfit is phenomenal.
Mm.
He's just a little jelly.
Oh, you are
Also-
but a little jelly.
I've also never
That's
met.
why he's purple.
I've never met a weaver. I don't know what they wear.
Mm. Well, one day, my son, you will reach those holy heights and you will spurve at the footsteps of greatness.
Wait, how do you know what they wear?
I have spoken to the weavers. I have
Did
prayed
they-
to them every day for as long as I have drawn breath. They have seen me in visions, and I have seen them in the fires.
And they were wearing clothes in those fires?
And,
Typically,
and they'd be cool with just killing, like, innocent folks.
I believe your term of innocent is lost on me, child, and I do apologize ever so much for this inopportune understanding, but these men are clearly lost. Look at the eyes. They have a hunger unknown to mortal men. They have tasted corruption, and there is no way to know just how far down the depths of madness they have descended. It is a hard time for all of us, but we must persevere and push through, I tell you. It falls to you, weavers chosen, to make the hard choices. It falls to me to deliver mercy. I see 5 men deserving of mercy, and 6 feathery harlots deserving of death.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I guess if like we can't put them to sleep or somehow subdue them without them stabbing us, we should probably just murder them in cold blood.
Did you not say it like that? Because that was a little...
Yeah,
you know.
like just straight up murk these guys who probably done nothing wrong and don't deserve this fate, but will, you know, probably just break in half from one axe.
Do not make me feel bad about removing sleep, okay?
You know, Miss Vel,
Yeah.
doesn't this seem like one of them the mind control spells?
I'm sure it started that way, but if they've accepted whatever, I assume, clan-induced corruption this is,
Oh,
then it is potentially inside them, even if they didn't choose to start that.
that is fair. That is fair. I was gonna say, like, if we got rid of the harpies, if we could, like, get them real quick, you know? Do a little bing bang boom. Morgan works her cleaning magic. We get some good on hits on them. Maybe they could snap out of it, but if you think it's Too
I
late.
would love to try it that way, but I'm not going to tell anyone here not to defend themselves against people who are potentially far more than mind controlled.
Yes.
Yeah, if
It's-
one of these
Yes, ma'am.
motherfuckers stabs me, I'm killing him.
Point of
We
order
don't
here.
know that they fucked each other's mothers. That's just
Point of order. Is motherfucker allowed, but bitch is not? I'm just making sure
Yes,
where
that's
the
right.
line in the sand. Okay.
Well, yeah, I
Very
mean,
good.
maybe they did, do that to somebody's mom. We
So
don't know.
It is fine to equate them to someone who has had an incestual relationship, but it is not okay to relate them to a female dog.
I mean, I would
Well-
counter argue with you and say that if any of these men had children, then in fact they would be motherfuckers regardless.
what I was going to say. Is it
I see your
necessarily
point.
incestuous?
It's always incestuous when it comes to motherfuckers.
How far
Oh,
away are
okay.
we from these people?
You guys are like
Beings?
right around the corner, so probably like the edge of Kobold Jones's dark vision at this point, about 60 feet or so.
Okay.
And even though you're having a conversation, they don't seem very aware of what's happening. You can see all 6 of the harpies are kind of like plucking at their like their wings and preening for the most part.
Would you say they are all within 40 feet of each other?
Yeah, I would say so. You know what? Let's do this. Boop 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 boop. Yeah, they're all within 40 feet of each other.
Well, the harpies, I guess.
Oh, the harpies are up here. Whoop. So
Oh, yeah, that's
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. They're all within 60 of each other.
Okay, so if I put the cube kind of on that third one,
Okay.
if I was casting something like slow,
Mm-hmm.
would it?
You'd probably catch the room, more than likely. As slow as what, 60-foot cube?
It's a 40-foot cube, so.
40-foot cube. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Yeah, you could cast it and probably get the room with slow.
All right. Well, y'all, I could always try and slow them down a bit, see if that works, and maybe we
Could
can work on getting them harpies down real quick and see if
I
we
mean,
can.
I don't want to, I'm sure you know this,
stabilize
and I don't want to burst anyone's bubble, but I don't think 6 harpies or even 12 harpies killed all these people by themselves. So there's probably in that huge ding dang cave right there some monstrous creature that's causing all this corruption that will come out once we start messing with the harpies.
Okay, so do you want me to hold off then until Big Boy?
Miss JJ, I have a thought.
Okay.
Speaking of slowing things down, what if
Uh-huh.
you slowed the humans down and the quick ones like Morgan and myself went in there and took away their knives?
Okay.
I think if she was going to slow, we might as well slow down the harpies too.
Yeah, it'll
Hit all
also
of 'em.
it'll slow down both essentially.
I mean, if you can hit both. Yeah. I
Well,
was
then-
just.
Taking their knives away, they'll still bite and claw and scratch. If you're going to try and engage them, just try and knock them out. I know that's not great advice for me to give because I literally only do magic that kills things, but if anyone could do that, that is what I would ask.
Dear sister, in the light of the Weavers, do not apologize for the gifts that you have been given. These are your sacred rights. If magic
Okay,
was
sounds like we
intended
all agree here. We
to
all
knock
agree.
someone out, it would be so.
Oh,
I agree. He draws his heavy hammer and speaks into it, and you hear a blessing be cast upon it, and fire crackles from the head of the hammer again.
You know.
JJ, you might want to.
Yes, Miss Phil. You want me to?
Yeah, I think we're getting started.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
flames.
I'll go ahead and cast slow.
So what kind of save is it?
It is a wisdom save, please.
Wisdom save. The humans get an 11.
Okay, they're gonna fail.
The harpies get a 13.
They also fail.
Okay. What happens to
Okay.
fails?
So target speeds are halved, It takes a -2 penalty to AC and Dex saves.
Nope.
And it cannot use reactions.
Okay.
On its turn, it can only use an action or a bonus action. Regardless of the creature's abilities or magic items, it can't make more than one melee or ranged attack during its turn.
Oof.
If the creature attempts to cast a spell with a casting time of 1 action, please roll a d20. On an 11 or higher, the spell does not take effect until the creature's next turn. The creature must use its action on that turn to complete the spell. If it cannot, the spell is wasted. A creature affected by the spell makes another wisdom saving throw at the end of each of its rounds.
Very fair. All right. Sounds good to me. Everyone roll initiative. JJ comes around the corner, throws out a slow spell. And yeah, initiative time. We'll do one for the harps. We'll do one for the humes. The harps are going to do very well for themselves. The humans, not so much. Bartholomew, I think, has plus dose, right? +1. I messed that up last time. 16er. There we go. Celeste, what do we have?
3.
3 total?
Yeah.
But,
Here, listen, I'm going to spare you. Jones also got a 3.
Heyo! Samesies. JJ, what do we get?
We have a 20.
20, there we go. Cobble Jones, 3. Morgan,
14.
14, fair enough. Orville
19.
takes it. Vel,
12 for Vel, 18 for Aja.
okay. Yoink. 15. No, just straight up 13. Lucky number 13. You said 18 for Aja?
Yeah.
Create item. There's create item. Create item, please. Oh, there we go. Delete item. From delete. Aja. 18. Rock and roll. All right. We're gonna do new round. Click. Boom. So top of the round with a 22, the harpies spring into action. Each one of them shriek out, but you hear it in shuddering waves as their hands slowly move up. Each one of them suffering these ill effects. Each one will spring 10 feet up into the air and levy a bevy of curses upon the group. We have 6 of them, so we'll just choose the first 6 in the group. Each one of you, I need Morgan, Cobble Jones. I'll make one for Buddy, JJ, Orville, and our boy, Father Duskin, to each make a wisdom saving throw. This is a bonus action to do so, not an action for the spell.
And it's a spell?
It is a spell.
They
It
need
doesn't
to
have
roll
a
d20. Oh, no, it's
Doesn't have
action.
a casting time. Yeah, it's a bonus action.
Is Celeste close enough to any of us to get her?
Yeah,
bonus?
Celeste is not on the board, but yeah, she's here. I swear. Hold on.
I'm at the top still, hanging out at that ladder.
Yeah, I'm not going down there. That.
Told y'all I wasn't going.
Yeah. It's a big freaking party. All right. So, starting here. Morgan, what do we get for our wisdom save?
25.
Okay. Move on. Cobble Jones, we get her wisdom save.
17.
Okay, moving on. Bartholomew. Okay, moving on with my life. Orville.
24.
Okie dokie dokes. JJ.
15.
Yep. And our boy. Oh, I rolled to a 17. It was almost a 10. Yeah, everyone makes it. Yep, that's the Harpy's turn. Because they can only do a bonus or an action, not both, right?
Yep.
Move. JJ, your turn. End of the Harpy's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just going to go right down the line. What's your DC to get out of it?
DC is 14.
DC is 14. Where are we at here? Boop-a-doop-a-doop-doo. We're just straight up, aren't we? We're just straight up. DC is 14, you said?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, at the end of their turn, this one here and this one here, the two corner ones, are the only two that are still affected by slow.
Okay,
The rest of them all rolled 15 or higher.
Okay, cool. So with that, JJ is still keeping concentration, and then she will go ahead and give she'll use her bonus action to give inspiration to Jones, because I know he's going to get up in
Open a mess.
in melee. Yeah.
Mhm.
So she will do a little bit of a tune and give Jones bardic inspiration. So you have a D8 on whatever. And then she will use her action
Mhm.
to cast Eldritch Blast at that first closest one.
Boom. Roll to hit.
So we have a 12 and a 13 plus 6 is 19.
Both hit.
Okay, great. First one's hitting for 4.
Okay.
And the next one's hitting for that's a 10.
Okay. So 14 total.
Thank you.
Two
Yes,
shots.
please.
You hear a shriek out very slowly. That'll be your go. Orville.
He is going to rush up and try to disarm these mans
All right.
by. Yeah, just gonna use my hands to try and
Slappy slap.
get wrist control and
Then show him your gun.
Yeah, pull out your gun.
yeah, get wrist
Okay.
control. Get wrist control. Pull out your gun.
It's the most important part. All right, go ahead. Give me a. It's gonna be like a grapple, so it'll be an athletics versus their acrobatics or athletics.
Okay, so my athletics versus their acro.
Mhm.
Oh. Well, that's a 9.
All right, you go and you kind of like karate chop his wrist, and he kind of looks to you, and you see this kind of dark, soulless, almost dead inside stare. And you hear, "I'm gonna stab you."
Okay. I assume that's gonna be an action.
No, that is, you can replace a grapple attempt with any one of your attacks.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if you multi-attack, you
so-
can try to grapple twice.
I'll try it again.
All right, roll it versus
That's a 2 total.
2. He has more than a 2. You again, and you try to kick the knife out of his hand, and it goes like right over top as like slowly the knife drops about half an inch, just from like slow momentum, and you see the one like a little bit of like to your other side look to you and go, "Gonna gut you like a fish."
Can I bonus action for flurry of blows and try 2 more times?
Yes, you can.
All right. Cool. I will mark off the key point over here.
All right.
And 2 more attempts. First
So-
2.
All right.
7.
7. He rolled an 8. He has
So
no
what's his
modifier.
mod? Oh man, his
0.
mod's better than mine.
Yeah, he has a 0 mod.
Yeah. All right. I will
You-
try third time.
Okay, last attack.
All right, that one I got a 14.
All right, 14. Let's see. Let's roll it. We don't hide our rolls. They're on stream. I got an 11. You finally, after 4 attacks, you like at the last one. I just assume you reach over and just grab the knife, like just full on, just yank it away from him, and toss it behind you. And yeah, you've disarmed one of them.
Neat.
Is that your
That'll
go?
do.
All right,
Yeah, that's my go.
Aj's turn.
How far? I think one. It's just gonna hold right now because can't get back to me. So
All right. Where do I have a very peaceful music playing? Yeah. There we go. Much more better. All right, so she's gonna just hold. You said.
yeah, she's just gonna dodge action, stay on Vel for now.
Seems good. Bartholomew's turn. Bartholomew looks around and goes, "Right, don't kill the humans. Got it." 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. They're flying. Angles his sword and kind of closes one eye and goes, "Goose, shoot the thing. do the... I don't know. Blast him! And you see the sword shoot off 2 bolts of eldritch energy directly at this harpy up here.
Bartholomew, you have wings right now.
I do? Looks on the, like, does a little twisty move, and it's like, I do have wings! Oh, darn it! Shockingly, one of them still hits. For 5 points. Next time, I'll remember I have wings. Do that. I'd be smart. Thank you, Val! Morgan, your turn.
Can I see the harpies? Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Open room.
Thanks. Well, no, I meant, like, can you move the map?
Oh,
Because you were
gotcha.
zoomed in on us. Appreciate it.
Sorry. You know that this one and that one are still slowed. These are all ready to die.
Yeah, can I go over that third one, the one you have selected?
Sure. You're
I'm
shooting
gonna
at it?
steady aim it. Yeah.
Alright.
24.
24 will hit. Sneak attack and all that malarkey.
Gonna be 18.
18 points delivered with justice and fury. That's your movement, your bonus, it's everything. Because steady aim gets rid of your movement. That's right. Sounds good to me. Father Duskin will go ahead here and start his movement. He would respect you all enough not to just murder these men. Yes, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 beside Bartholomew. He will call out to the harpy, and she will make a saving throw. And she will fail that saving throw, so he will roll this. Be 12 more to this freaking cursed harpy. I don't think she's... No, she's still alive. You see a doom ring out. It goes, I will deliver the Weaver's justice upon you. Charles. Charles will hop, 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 hop. So where are we at here? I'll actually count it out. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to here. Looks at Orville, looks back, looks at Orville again, goes,
So we're not no killing.
No kill.
Okay, I can do that. Charles doesn't have to kill him. All right.
Charles starts thinking, like, deeply about what they can even do at this point. Yeah, why not? Charles reaches forward and goes,
You don't want to do this, man. You have a life to live, maybe. I don't know. Maybe you could just walk away from this, or maybe live a better life.
and you see this small bit of, like, divinity reach out from Charles's fingers in this soft, radiant glow. You all see this large, looming individual with arms crossed over their chest, and they kind of shake their head. They're wearing this long, kind of like farmer's hat. And you see this small effigy reach out from Charles. The human will make a wisdom saving throw. And makes a nat 20. And you see that this attempt to cast a spell from Charles fails. And she goes,
Right. I'm gonna just break their knees next turn, just so we're all clear. Okay, great. Thanks. We tried it your way. Your way sucks. I hate your way. Not a fan. Not very heroic.
Velithil, your turn.
I will move forward, one space in front of and above where JJ is there.
Okay.
And then I believe if I target the back corner, I can hit the 3 harpies back there.
Yeah, probably all 3 of these.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It shouldn't hit the humans.
Yeah, it sounds
So,
right.
Fireball.
Schmeierball. All 3 of them. Boop, boop, boop. Un de trois. Highest is an 18. Next up is a 15. What's your DC?
DC's a 16.
Okay, so 2 of them fail, 1 of them makes it. The third one makes it.
Is that accounting for slow with disadvantage?
The one who failed it with slow has a 15 on dice. So
Got it.
would have failed it no matter what.
Fun to check.
29 points of fire damage.
Oh! So 29, 29, and then 15 to the one on the very end. Flames erupt, burn away much of the oxygen in the room, but that's fine. There's a vent. Smoke emanates and the smelling of burning flesh echoes from the cavern. The humans. They're slowed, and they're not having a great day. This one doesn't have a weapon. He's going to try to punch Orville. Orville, how about an 11 to hit?
Bob, I leave.
All right.
Try again.
This one will attempt to stab Charles. He will crit Charles with his knife. Charles takes a number of damage that might surprise you. A number in the single digits that might surprise you. This man will opt to spend his turn moving. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to the wizard. Charles goes, not so fast! And will swing on him. Charles will connect. And... yeah. For 6 damage. Vel, you watch this man walk towards you with murderous intent. Charles goes, you're not getting away from me! And spins around, and the pizza cutter goes into the guy's calf and through the other side. His leg comes completely off. He hobbles down on the ground and falls over. He goes, ah! Ah! And quickly goes into system shock and then bleeds out. And Charles looks back to Velithon and goes,
Hero stuff. You're welcome.
Poor Lieutenant Dan.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to here. This one here will walk up and menacingly look at Orville. All 4 of them saves for slow. You said DC 14, right? JJ? DC 14? Yes?
Yes, please. Sorry.
Okay. That's all right. So the one without a knife passes, and the one that just walked up on Orville passes. These 2 on the diagonal near Charles both fail still. So only 4 creatures in the room are still affected by slow. That is the human's turn. Celeste, your turn.
The one in front of Charles is the one that hit him, right?
Yeah, he crit him for 3 damage.
Okay. Can I get up to that guy?
Mm-hmm. Do you want to take the free strike from this guy in front of you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. He'll take his free strike for what it's worth.
Does he get reactions?
Oh, he doesn't get reactions because he's
Yeah,
slowed,
he doesn't
right?
get reactions.
Oh, never mind then. You just dance around him. You join
Excuse me.
You walk right around him because he's slow. He's, I'm gonna stab you. Can't do it this turn though. Yeah, you get into the face of this guy. You look, his knife, the very, very tip of his knife, this dull-looking, jagged knife, has a little bit of rat blood on it. And Charles has a tiny little pinprick in his shoulder.
I'm gonna take my sword and literally hit the fuck out of this guy.
Go ahead and roll a hit. He has -2 AC. So for context, his AC is 6. He has a base AC of 8.
Oh.
-2
It's a
is
13.
6.
It's a
13 will
13
hit.
on the dice.
That'll hit 100%. Now we roll for maximum emotional damage. That's what we roll for.
The best fight I've ever been a part of.
Oh my
I did roll my maximum damage.
Oh no.
That's gonna be oh my gosh, what, 19 damage?
19 damage. For
Yeah,
context,
19 damage.
This man has 5 hit points. You do almost 4 times his max HP. In one slice, I imagine you start at his hip and tear through the front of his body all the way up through his shoulder, and he gets cleaved in half. It looks like something out of a Berserk manga. And he falls apart. Just
Are you
instantly.
okay, Charles?
Charles
I saw.
Charles now waxed in blood as this guy just erupts like a fountain. Gets splattered, wipes his little nose, looks up at you and goes,
I'm much better now. Thank you.
Okay.
Now he has AIDS in his pinprick.
What's that? I don't want my max HP to go up. Don't give me aid.
I'm glad you're okay now. Don't let anybody touch you again, okay? Anybody comes near you, you feel threatened, you come to me. Don't let anybody touch you.
Okay.
And I'm going to turn around and swing on that guy behind me.
This guy's still halfway through turning around. Goes, I'm gonna stab you. Go ahead and
It's
roll that.
24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
It's 16 damage.
16 damage. So there's like a superhero thing called The Boys where a guy pushes a dude through a train full of people. Actually, Invincible is what it happens in. And he just gets blood all over him. I assume everyone in this area now just covered in viscera. This man explodes. He's a meat popsicle, man.
Don't worry, everybody. Charles is fine. I took care of it. He's okay now.
Little injured.
Good to go after that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Charles is now protected.
He's protected. Cobalt Jones, your turn. Where once there were 5 humans, now there are 2. All 6 harpies remain.
That's concerning, but we'll have to unpack that later. And then I'm gonna try to go towards the harpy, the closest one.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Climbing on up. Or I guess you get to here.
Yeah, I'll do that. And then they're in the air or are they
Yeah.
perched, right?
They all lifted up 10 feet and then cast their bonus action ability.
I would like to use my bonus action to try to pull them down to me with my mind.
Sure. What kind of save do I have to make?
It's a strength save.
Oh, I'm super good at those. That's a 8.
Right. Yeah, 15 DC. So
Okay.
you yank them.
So you yank them 5 feet down. They are
Yeah.
now within 5 feet of you.
Get over here, and then I'm gonna attack them.
Ethereal shunt them down to the ground.
Yeah, and that's gonna be a 23 to hit.
23 hits.
That's for 8 damage.
8 damage. Your blade sings true for a moment. They laugh at you, their wings flapping up ahead, and then suddenly you force pull them down to you. As they're coming down, you bring up with your weapon and slice them in twine. Your blade kind of cuts cleanly through the midsection of them and slices them apart. You watch as their body drops to the ground. There is a soft, eminent glow at the top of their left breast, and you look as it slowly fades away. Orville, the guy north of you, kind of sits there and like shakes a little bit and blinks a few times and goes, "What am I doing here? Who are you?" Anything else for your turn, Cobalt Jones?
Will you allow me to throw my hand axe again at this other closest one?
Yeah, sure. Go right ahead.
All right.
No.
It's gonna be a 20, dirty 20 to hit.
Hits.
God damn it. 6 damage.
6 damage. Flips her. She gets angry about it. Is it your turn?
That's it.
Movement bonus, yeah. Start of the next round. Harpies. This harpy is still slow. She's angry. She's mad. She will attempt to cast an action spell, rolling a d20. She rolls a 4, so it still does go off. She'll roll to hit Kobold Jones, not knowing any better. She will fire into the dirt. This harpy can act normally. It will swoop down 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to here and attack Celeste. 2 swings. I think both are misses. A 12 is my highest. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 to Celeste. We'll go from here. 2 shots. 16 to hit will still miss, Celeste.
Yes.
Okay. This one here will move down, and she'll fire off a bolt at Morgan. That is a 17 to hit Morgan.
That's max.
Oh, I did it. It's going to come across for 2 points of damage.
Been so long.
And so long. This one here will angle down, will point and utter a curse. This is the other one that is slowed, though. Yeah, consider the curse. Will point and utter a curse at JJ. And that is all it can do, because it can only do a bonus action. That is its turn. JJ, your go.
Okie dokie. JJ will go ahead and step a couple squares over so she doesn't blast Celeste in the back of the head.
Sure.
But she will go ahead and fire Eldritch Blast out
Boom, boom.
at that closest one.
Go right ahead.
So that's they're both 16.
Both hit.
One is for 7,
Okay.
and the second one's for 9. So 16 total, please.
16 total. Already suffering from a fireball burn across its body. You watch the 2 bolts both strike into the side of the creature. You hear the snapping and the breaking in her body. She falls to the ground. A bit of necrotic energy vanishes from the top of her left breast. And you look at one of the corpses, and there's a bit of energy that releases from it finally.
Okie dokie. All right. I will leave it at that for now.
Ready. Orville, your go.
They'll have one armed friendo, right?
Highlight my message. Oh, hey. Hello. Sorry, I don't keep chat open, so I can only see what people redeem. Sorry. Go ahead, Orville.
Oh, you're good. Hi, D-Town, by the way.
Hello.
I'm going to turn to this now fully conscious friend of mine who's
Yep.
a little bit confused.
Yep.
And I'm going to order him to sit down.
Okay.
Just sit down, you'll be all right.
He looks at you and he goes, okay. Yeah, I'll sit down.
Cool. I'm going to turn to the one that's still threatening me. Attempt
Has
to
a knife.
disarm him.
I'm gonna stab you real good.
Is he slowed?
No, he's not slowed.
All right. That is a 17 on my grapple.
All right. Versus 9, you pull the knife from him.
Sweet.
Hand opens and closes. I'm gonna punch you real good.
I assure you, I punch better, fella.
I punch the
I'm going to
best.
turn to this harpy.
Okay.
Use my second attack.
Go right ahead.
That is a 16 to hit.
16 will connect. Go ahead and roll damage. Omelette du damage.
That is 7 points.
7 points to 1. Was not in the fireball. Okay, takes it. It's H3. 14, 25. Takes it.
Okay. I would also like to activate. What size is the harpy?
The harpy is size medium. Yep.
All right, cool. I would like to proc 5 feet of kick back from Crusher on that as well.
Okay, so she moves 5 foot back.
On the diagonal. Yeah, on the diagonal axis.
Okay.
I will then do a leaping kick and follow it up with a flurry of blows.
3 ninja style. I appreciate it. Are you Tum Tum? I feel like you're Tum Tum.
You know it. All right,
like
2 more coming
dum-dum.
Oh, don't do that. Go right ahead. Roll to hit.
16 plus and 18 plus on dice.
Both hit.
11 points there, and another 8 points. So
The
total of 18.
The flying kick breaks her. You see her chest cave in slightly. As she topples the ground, the second attack, you lift your leg straight up in the air, that full kind of like 180, and bring an axe kick down on her face. You hear a crunch, and she is very, very dead after that point. You see your other friend with the knife kind of shiver and shake and look around very confused, not sure what's going on.
Yeah, I'll flex a pose and end my turn.
All right. Aja's turn.
Aja will fly up to the harpy that's at the top.
Okay.
And give advantage to Bartholomew, I think goes next on him.
Okay.
And then we'll start the way back. We'll be like 20 feet back then, I think.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't have AoE,
And
so I'm not going to target pets.
If it matters where they are, I like to state it.
That's fair.
And then I will shoot at a firebolt at the bottom harpy over there.
Boom, go for it.
That is a 19 on die, so that'll hit.
All right, roll to hit or roll damage.
4 points of fire damage.
Almighty points. Takes it.
Cantrips when you roll low.
Yeah. You see it sear the already burnt flesh of the harpy. It kind of howls and hisses, but otherwise completely fine. Is that your go?
Yes.
All right. Being reminded that he has wings out, Bartholomew will use his goose-like wings. 5, 10, 15. He's gonna stumble around a few times because goose wings are hard to control. And then he will introduce the honk. Both will hit, and we will 1, 2, 3, 4. 4? Be 6. Because he gets 2 each time. Swords are dumb, yo. Yes, this harpy ceases to be. You watch Orville, Jesus. You watch Bartholomew fly up, stumbling around on goose wings before finally arriving in front of it. He goes, "I'm really sorry about this," and slices the harpy in half and slices its head free from its shoulders and goes, "Ah, I did it! Killed a harpy. You're welcome." Morgan, your turn.
Are there any other harpies or anything?
Yeah, there are 2 harpies at the end of the cave.
Alright. I'll just...
Or as we like to say, in Morgan distance.
I'll do what we do best and steady aim them. Just whichever one.
Alright. Click, click, bang, bang.
Sick. That is... Math is hard.
Math is hard.
13.
13 will hit.
I also know that math is hard because I didn't add my +4 last time I hit. That's funny.
How dare you?
Not that it matters. 25.
25 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the stapler sound as the harpy gets pinned against the wall, flying against your arrow. As it hits somewhere in your mind, you hear your passenger go, "Well, now that was easy." You hear the kind of crunching bones of the harpy as it slowly dies. Is that your turn, Morgan?
It just made me think of the easy buttons.
That was easy.
Yeah, that was.
All right. You see your holy roller will go 5, 10, 15, 20. Look to these poor disheveled men. 25, 30. Then point his flaming maul at this woman. She will make a wisdom saving throw. She will fail. And he'll come across for 12 points of damage. That is going to be his go. Boop. Charles' turn. Charles, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We'll get to here. We'll angle the pinwheel out and lean it forward. And we'll... Yeah, why not? We'll see if we can actually hit this or not. You see a bolt of radiant energy eclipse from the pinwheel and form out. Charles will fire off another spell. 14 on the die will connect. Whoa! As I throw this up into the heavens, 1, 2, 3, 4. For 11 points of damage, which will bring it to 38. You see a big bolt of energy, a round sphere that has a chunk missing out of it, a radiant wheel of cheese, flies forward and crashes into this harpy and explodes out. The harpy glows for a moment as radiant energy buffets it. It falls to the ground in a pile and ceases to be. Combat ends at this point.
Can I think a question to my passenger?
Of course, go right ahead.
Can I kind of ask if the harpies would be worth eating?
You hear,
If
a resounding for this, and you hear, well, I do think they'd mostly be rather fattening. Nothing to be gained from their, well, brain. But if the body is salvageable, I do suppose it could assist us. The fears introducing whatever they're corrupted or diseased with.
what I thought, but thought I would check just in case.
Good to be safe.
Hmm.
So yes, you all look over this area. The father looks to both these men and goes, where now aren't you, you from Thule, or where have you? And the two men kind of look around and go, yeah, we're from Thule. We're part of the ranger team. Who are you? It is not important who I am. No, not at all. Instead, what is important is that the Seekers of Galanti have sought in their mercy to derive you from your shackles of oppression. And the two men look to the rest of the group and go, thank you, Seekers. Thank you. Could we trouble you to get us out of here?
Probably when everything's all said and done, we can discuss that, but I think there's a little more for us to do. Wouldn't you say so, Father?
I do agree, there is many more things that must be done. As he says this, he kind of walks in front of the opening to this cavern and peers inside. He goes, I would ask that each of you steel your resolve, for what comes next will not be easy. Bring your best, for what we seek to do is purge darkness from the very heart in which it beats.
I'd like to go grab my hand axe and then yeah, I'm gonna look over these guys and they look like they've been starved, right?
The harpies or the dudes?
The dudes.
Shockingly not. You look them over and they actually feel like they look like they've been fed. But you give me an investigation check or medicine, your choice, one of the two.
Medicine. Yeah,
Medicine's fine. Yeah.
As a fellow doctor, can I help him with that?
As both a doctor and a scientist, yes, you may give him advantage.
Okay, good thing.
I would like to stomp in a rhythm motion to see if anything exciting happens.
You just stomp the yard?
No. No, like, I hate you guys.
15 medicine.
15 medicine, you look them over. It does look like they've been eating. Buried under their nails, though, you can see, like, rotting flesh. And you can see signs of gangrene that are kind of prevalent in their wounds. They've not been well taken care of, and it looks as if whatever they've been fed is likely scraps of what the harpies are eating. So you know that they've been forced into cannibalism from within here. Their mouths, a few of them that have facial hair, have crusted pieces of blood and mucus kind of stuck in it. It looks rather disgusting. They're alive, but likely at the cost for the other people that have been captured.
For sure. And then, so with that said, if they have like some of these wounds,
Mhm.
do I I mean, I guess I don't know a whole lot about holy magic, but seeing clerics work and stuff, do I think that this is something that, like, lay on hands might be able to help with, or is it something else that's gonna have to just take time?
You look over, and just from what you saw during the course of the battle, you know that medically they're probably going to be fine after rest and food and like actual medicine. Um, the diseases that they probably are carrying going to be dependent on the cleric, a paladin, any medicine person or alchemist to be able to solve. What seems to have been controlling them? You look, and they have a brand that seems like burned into their flesh, and it is a strange kind of like winged marking, and you would assume that it's some type of curse that binds them to a harpy.
Okay. Well, I guess if I think that they need some water or rations, I'll give it to them. Otherwise, I'll be like, all right, you guys should probably stay here because, whatever we're about to find is gonna be bad. I would say that well, I don't know how long this is gonna take, but if needed, there is a rope down at the end there that we came in through. You could maybe climb up if you have the strength, but it is cold out there, as you know, so, may want to find some clothes.
We'll look around. Thank you so much. Never thought I'd be saved by a kobold, but thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And then I'll come down the side and look into the great beyond with our new friend.
So this is where I will petition the group. We are at 10:30. Do we want to go into extra innings and do the final fight here, or do you guys want to wait and save it for next Monday?
I gotta wait. I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, late night. No worries then. All right, so we will pause it here, folks, and we will leave you with what Cobble Jones sees, as we do so here. Let's go ahead and pull that back. Let's do one of these numbers. Make sure I pull up what I need to be pulling up, if you know what I mean. Ha. Very good, very good. All right, cool. So here's where we're gonna end. As you peer into this open chamber, you look upon a somewhat horrific sight. You see amalgamized shapes of men, the darkness pushed away by an ethereal blue light that washes over the entirety of the room. You see a dark, swirling mist begin to pool inside of this blue sphere that seems to illuminate everything within the radius of it. A very well-dressed woman floats upon the top of the sphere and seems to cackle almost menacingly. Her wings, not of her arms, but instead from her hips, these long, almost angelic and black-feathered wings, she begins to kind of float around. Are you trained in religion, Cobble Jones?
Hell nah.
All right, no freaking clue. But Father Duskin is beside you. He will mutter, "A seraph, a fallen creature from beyond the heavens. How dare they show their face here?" As you look around the room, these creatures, these amalgamized men, seem to have heavy-looking stitchwork, brands, and horrible markings across their flesh, and they seem to be both on guard and in reverence to this bright blue orb with this dancing shadow within it. As the soft illumination beckons out from this very much nested grave pit, you can look around the walls and you can see dozens of other harpies that eagerly await whatever dark and foul ritual is nearing completion. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we will leave you for this week. That is right, I've been Kareem Zamir. They've been the Seekers of Galanti. This has been Second Wake, and you've been our level 20 characters. We thank you for tuning in. We look forward to you returning next Monday night. As always, peace out.